Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Hello, hello.
We got to work on that intro a little. I thought it would go away automatically, and clearly it doesn't.
That's cool. I love the Goonies. Goonies never say die.
But yeah, I'll work on it. Hey, Hippie, did you get my email? I know it was last minute, but. And I just saw but I shared something on my community post. Oh, no, Mr. Nobody's channel. Yes, I did. Yeah, and I'm
Remy.
in. What's that?
Remy said hello to Sinner, or hello to the artist formerly known as Sinner. I like that. It's funny. I've been trying to come up with a symbol. I just end up with the middle finger.
So is our volume the same? Because I noticed, for those of you in chat, please let me know, because I noticed when I was doing the one video that Sinner sounded louder than me. So I just want to make sure that we are like the same volume. Oh, geez, Sinnerism.
I like that. Sinnerism. Man, I'm
Um,
looking like an angel the way some of these troglodytes have been acting the last few days, though. It's wild.
Trilobites, is that what you said?
Troglodytes.
Oh, troglodytes. I thought
Yeah.
you said trilobites, and I was like, trilobites? That's going way
These,
back.
these people are having memory problems, continuity issues. It's quite entertaining.
And we still have the same plan, but not before we were, set to go live. I was checking email because I realized I haven't checked it pretty much all day. And so I did get an email from Brittany, who is Layla Santinello's stepmom, who, if you don't know or don't remember, Layla is a 21-year-old who is missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. And I did a few lives about her. And then I had George, her dad, and Brittany, her stepmom, on my panel to tell their story. And I did receive an email from her today, which, of course, I shut my email when I wanted it there so I could read what she said. So she said, "Hi, Emmy. I just wanted to thank you again for really coming through this year for our kids. We truly appreciate it. And I must say, my daughter's favorite toy is the one I bought," meaning me, "the different colored animals with the tongs and bowls. It's for sensory. Thank you again for that." So that was the email, or text, I should say, text that I got from Brittany. And then I went to the next email and was sent a clip by someone. And this sub, I mean, thank goodness for her, because she always sends me clips or, tells me what's said. She gives me timestamps, and so I don't have to watch all of BHB's content. Well, so I watch this clip that I was sent, and let's just say I was very irate because she again went after George and Brittany. And the fact that they had a wish list for their kids, and that, how dare they, considering their daughter is missing. And I did clip it. A video will be coming out later, because it's
Yeah.
kind of like what the Glare says. You kind of forget about BHB. I mean, I was more excited about Sonia making videos about me. Poorly, no less, because she didn't show my whole page, just what she wanted to. So I kind of forgot about BHB. And then
Yeah.
she has to do this crap.
Yeah, me too. I think I've been too kind to her the last couple lives because I've been focused on Queen Bee and her rendition of "Throw Mama from the Train," whatever the shit show she's got going on over there. But yeah, what Bullhorn Betty had to say about George and Brittany today is unacceptable. Again, shame on her. It's just not. It's never going to be okay to bash, a family of a missing child. It's just never going to be okay. Um, could you imagine what? Could you imagine what it's like waking up on a Christmas morning and wondering where your missing daughter is, and then to have someone like Bullhorn Betty that doesn't have any children or any qualifications as a human to speak of, then criticizes you for what? What is the criticism for, Betty?
And not only that, she was on a rant about Turtle Boy and the Glare, of course, even though she didn't say the Glare by name, but we all know who she was talking about. And then she gets into, I mean, can I show the clip? It's not really that long.
Yeah, do you? No, go for it.
All right, because I got it all ready because I was, I knew
No,
I was
this is
going to
our
get a
show.
little worked up, but I think everybody needs to get a little worked up
Yeah, I think so too.
because, how convenient that Sonia actually, I think there was 3 or 4 parts. I only shared the first 2 of like the hate channels or like this needs to stop. Look at your leader. She's going after people in real life. This
Yep.
is YouTube. Granted,
Well,
it is real life, but we're just talking shit. That's
no,
it.
well, I mean, yeah, well, Queen Bee's going after me in real life, and I'm guessing since I've done very little things to her in actuality except talk shit. If she's going at me the way she's going at me, imagine how many other people she's going at. I'm sure it's probably a long list.
Yeah. And it's not okay what she's and Hippie, I just got your email, so thank you. I lost my train of thought. All right, so let's just watch her because then maybe I'll remember.
Yeah, let's do it.
And of course, she doesn't have the closed captioning up. Wonderful.
Which is ironic because like 87% of her viewers are like 69 years old.
Right. And I just like it because sometimes you can't, like, it's hard to, understand, or maybe you can't listen. So you can't have the volume up, but you can read it. And so I always have closed captioning on all my videos, and that's why it takes longer for them to process. So,
and just for the record, before anybody gets clip happy, I mentioned Betty's viewers being, senior citizens because she's an asshole for not putting the closed captions on. I'm not an ageist. I love all ages of people, but Betty's an asshole for not putting the closed captions on.
Yeah. All right. So just I did turn her down a little bit, but just, volume warning, soundboard warning. It's, it's out of my control, but I did turn her down a little bit.
My mouth shut. I stayed out of it because, quite frankly, I had my own fires going on. But now I'm listening to
and
this.
So this is where she was talking about Turtle Boy and how she was staying out of it. She wasn't going to talk about his case because she had her own fires burning, which clearly her fires are still burning, but she's now getting involved in the Turtle Boy.
No, I mean, I swear to God, when Betty goes to sleep at night, there's just turtles everywhere. She's thinking of Dolly and like, how can she get back in there between him and PJ? And then she's thinking about Turtle Boy. She's like, turtles everywhere. What an asshole. Like, all she wants to do is come out of a courtroom with a bunch of reporters that have questions for her. That's all she wants. And, so of course she's going to criticize the guy that's getting it. I do have more to say about Turtle Boy before this is over as well, and the whole situation.
Yeah, I won't be commenting because I know some of it, but not all of it. It's too convoluted for for me.
Yeah, I don't know much, but like I've been called to arms to be consistent and not be a hypocrite. So I do have just a few things to say about it.
Oh, gotcha.
This man basically forcing a woman to take a pill she doesn't want to take. And as soon as she does, he wants to just walk out on her and leave her to deal with all of it by herself. What a heartless pig. And yet, even after all of that, you still have some Yahoo telling people it's this woman's fault. But this is the same person we call eggplant. So, I mean,
So, so apparently she's because this is her third channel. This is on her third channel. And so apparently she doesn't want to say the word dick. So she calls the Glairer an eggplant. He's an eggplant. Like, just say it.
All of a sudden she's trying to be like contrite and like polite. Get out of here. Just say cack. Just say we call him Cockman. It's a lot funnier than eggplant.
Oh, and someone did say my volume sounds lower. So
yes, I sent you a message.
Oh. All right. How is that? I don't want to go too loud because sometimes I get like, overly excited about things and I don't want to like blow your eardrums out, but I want to make sure that we're even. So
yeah, well, how's it sound?
Yeah, so let me know. I'll start Betty up again, but I am looking at my phone.
Amy M says we called her schmuck in my religion. That's awesome. They called her schmuck in half of New York City as well.
Louder. Well, I did put myself up a little bit. Actually, let me try this.
I'm a baffle says Emmy sounds louder than Sinner.
Okay, so how about now? Because I put on automatically adjust mic volume. So maybe StreamYard knows better than me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm rocking a 99-cent headphone microphone, so.
K-Bray says good.
Heels in the Air said in one of her like just meandering lives that she does that what is Sinner on a track phone? Is he using an Obama phone? No, my phone's decent. I'm just using a 99-cent fucking microphone, you dumb asshole. So
all right, saying good.
Anyways,
yeah, I know you can adjust your volumes on your end, but when I did the one video, I noticed my volume was lower than Sinner's, and I want to make sure that we're like even or close. Good. Sinner still low. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to figure this out somehow. Okay. Oh, so they had me on 100. Okay, so how about now? All right, so I'm just gonna go with this. I tried 70.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that.
All right, so now this is where she makes that comment about the Glairer, and now this is where she gets into this tangent based on what she just said, and it comes to George and Brittany.
This is the same person that has no credibility, that will never be taken seriously here on the streets of YouTube. And you know what? It comes back to me going back and saying, I watch very clearly and carefully where these people go. Who do they go to? They go to shitty channels, crap channels that.
So she can say shitty, but she can't call someone a dick. Okay, that seems a little backwards, but okay.
Yeah.
And so we're all shitty channels. That are truly tragedy pimping channels that used to say, look over there, so you're not looking over here. Those channels. If they go to those channels, I know what kind of person they are, right? I always know if a person is here to really advocate for their loved one, or if they're here to make a buck. Okay, like George and Brittany.
Oh boy. Hold on, time out.
I just got the chills in me because I'm getting a little worked up. But let's hear that again.
Again. Yeah, this is absolutely calling out the parents of a missing girl. that she's been involving herself in to no avail. I mean, not helping anyone except for herself. And now she's calling out the father of this missing girl, saying they're begging for money. That's unacceptable, Betty. What are you even thinking with words like that?
And you can bet your bottom dollar that when I do post my video later today that I will be tagging her, because she needs to know that she's a piece of garbage and that how dare she?
I mean, I'd like to interview George just to hear what he thinks about this. But I mean, I don't want to be accused of involving myself in real life stuff, but somebody has to let this man have a voice. What is she even thinking, talking negatively about him a few days after Christmas? Betty, imagine what it was like for that man to wake up on Christmas morning knowing that his daughter is missing. Shame on you, lady.
And yet she adopted this little boy, Grayson, got him gifts, got his mom a gift, and which is great. Not throwing shade at that. Yet you are now throwing shade at someone just because they're the dad of the missing girl and you're, closer to the mom. Like that makes no sense. And what is it any business of yours if they have a wish list for their kids or not? It's none of your business. And what we want to do is up to us. And I am very happy that, my little channel, our little channel, was able to get their kids some toys for Christmas.
And that's what it's all about. And she's so scorned and she's so bitter about that she has to talk negatively about them. So I'll say it again one more time. Imagine what it's like to wake up on Christmas morning, if you even fall asleep, and to constantly be wondering where your missing loved one is. And then you have this woman down in Florida just sitting there talking shit because she's losing money, because her life choices have put her in a position where she's on a backup of a backup of a backup. That's just who she is. She doesn't have the right to attack a family that way. I don't think they've said anything negative about her aside from she should leave us alone. So why would she attack them?
Yes, and I know agree, why. Anna B, she's pissed they didn't come to her channel, instead went elsewhere. Well, probably because they were listening to Jersey. Jersey was the liaison between them and me. And then Jersey somehow ended up with BHB. So why else wouldn't she throw shade?
Mm-hmm.
I always know if a person is here to really advocate for their loved one, or if they're here to make a buck. Okay, like George and Brittany. Are they here to make a buck, or are they here to advocate for a missing child? Because so far out of that whole entire Christmas list, I still didn't see one thing go over to Nova Grace. So that
again, why is it your business?
Yeah, they're not begging for bucks, Betty. I mean, why would she even say that? I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's a family with a missing child. It's Christmas time. We don't know what they do for a living. We shouldn't know what they do for a living. Obviously, they live comfortably. They have 3 children. Like they must have jobs. They're not begging for money the way you are, Betty. The whole reason for the GoFundMe or the toy drive for that family was so their children could have nice stuff on Christmas and they could have a little bit of a break and not have to worry about that. That's not begging for money. That's called charity. That's what good-hearted people do. Queen Bee, take a note. Good-hearted people give, not just take.
And Remy, that I forgot about that. It was a post that said that, I think it was Jersey put in that one post, I think on Facebook, and I'll have to find it. I have it in my email. I'm pretty sure it did say that Nova Grace was taken care of, that she did not need anything for the holidays. So thank you for saying that. I'm going to actually, I remember it now. You reminded me.
Yes, thanks, Remy, for keeping track, because I lose track of, tiny little minuscule
It was
details.
Jersey.
But
Okay, and I have... It's right here because it's in our... I'll look for it, but let me play this jerk.
An entire family that has nothing to do with Layla Santinello just got a Christmas list fulfilled, and not one thing go to that child's baby.
What? Hold the phone. Did she just say they have no connection with the family? It's her freaking dad. I gotta listen to that again.
I can't.
So that entire family that has nothing to do with Layla Santinello just got a...
That's what she said. That entire family.
What does that even mean? I mean, if it wasn't for that man, Layla wouldn't exist. She has no idea. She has no idea what she's saying right now. Shame on her.
Like, what? I didn't even listen to this part. So this part is new to me because all I heard her say was George and Brittany and like trying to get money. And I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. And Coco Puff pointed out as well, her dad is the one that reported her missing.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to be real clear here. We are not going to bash Jennifer Santinello because she's in the same spot that George is in. They're both missing their child. We're not picking teams here. These are people in need, and we should give a fuck about both of them equally. Betty is not part of the equation. The only reason she is because she's demanding that she is. Let's collectively tell her, Betty, you're not invited to a grieving family situation. You're just fucking not.
And I did find the screenshot. So let me go over here quickly. So this was from the Facebook post. Oh, shoot. I think this is the end. Hold on a second, actually. Let me stop sharing that for just a second. I picked the wrong one. I didn't realize that they were... Oops. What the hell is wrong with this thing? Okay, I guess that's the only one that it's out of order, and so this is what I needed though. So okay, so it says there was something above that. So apparently Jersey was this is a Facebook Messenger between Jersey and Brittany. So she said something beforehand. George, if not entitled to give Nova a Christmas, ? That is his granddaughter. Oh, so this is actually from Brittany to... Hold on. This isn't what I wanted. Hold on, guys. I know that Jersey's link is in here. All right. Well, we're going to just go back to Betty quick. Because again, Jersey had reached out to them on Facebook because they were friendly at one point until they weren't.
Until they weren't, yeah. Just like I was with Blank until I wasn't. Just like I was with Morbid until I wasn't. People don't understand how things go. I have to get this off before I forget about it.
Sure.
Heels in the air, you racist fucking asshole. The reason that I was confused about the situation between Morbid and the Glare is because I thought they were still friends. I've said this already a couple of times, but maybe you forgot or didn't hear it the first 3 times. I was in Morbid's chat because I was excited about him being back after his hiatus because he entertained me before. But the second he came back and started doxing and fucking showing a girl crying on a couch, I was out. I was all the way out. I didn't even know I felt duped. You get it, Heels? I felt duped by the situation, so I went to the right team instantly. You keep saying stuff. She keeps saying stuff, and she doesn't even know where she is, like what room she's in her house.
I did find the post from Aileen, Jersey. Okay, so this was the post that was on Facebook. And so this is where the conversation, the Facebook conversation, that's why it happened, is because of this post. So again, Jersey said, PSA, scam alert if anyone in Brick, Lakewood, Jackson, Toms River, Whiting, Lenoka Harbor, Forked River, Waretown, Barnegat, Manahawkin, and Little Egg Harbor, if you see someone using Layla Santinello's missing status looking for free Christmas gifts, please hit me up, and also hit up whoever's in charge of the group that they have been putting their names to get free gifts, and this is a despicable, disgusting thing to do. Well, so is this post. Shame on you. They also have an Amazon wish list going around and asking for donations with a GoFundMe, in which just was reported. Layla's 2-year-old daughter does not need anything.
Mm-hmm.
Although Jennifer appreciates each and every person that wants to donate, in reality, she'd give up everything just to get her daughter home. Nova Grace will be fine for Christmas. So not once, she says it twice. So maybe, and this is my opinion, but it's a really strong opinion, maybe BHB needs to talk to her new friend Aileen, because clearly Betty missed the memo.
Yeah,
right there.
Clearly.
Does not, oh wait, you know what? Because I'm using Cami, let's,
I just have a couple of comments that are going by I want to address before I go too
sure.
far. Lynn03 says, have you seen BX Beast Boy's post about Hills? No, I don't watch him because he supported her racist ass for months, and all of a sudden they're arguing. Nah, I'll pass. And Michelle says, why do you have to talk to women like that? Michelle, I see you in all those comments, and you've been saying crazy shit about me. Actually, let's just block Michelle. I don't want her here. She's not welcome. I don't talk to women any different than I talk to dudes. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Figure it out. I am curious as to who Mr. Nobody is, though.
I know, Mr. Nobody
has really been
well, I actually was proven wrong because I thought it might be Peggy, because Peggy always uses the eyeballs, but Peggy was in here with Mr. Nobody, so it can't. Well, I mean, it could, but that kind of negates my thoughts, because I was like, "Ooh, why are they using the eyeballs?"
Yeah, and I like Mr. Nobody. I dig it. I think we have common interest. Although I don't know. Remy says, some would say changing the way you speak to females is discrimination. Just saying LOL. Look, I don't have to explain statistics to everyone every time I go live, but if there are 9 women and 1 dude, and I agree with the 1 dude just by accident, then of course I'm arguing with women. But also, let's not pretend that I'm arguing with ladies or, a polite, clear representations of, respectable females. That's not what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with the YouTuber assholes that already are in chat saying that I beat women for no apparent reason. Unsubstantiated everything. So it's not like I hate women. I just hate shitty people, and they are that. So.
And Peggy says, I only have this one account. And Peggy, I put your eyeballs on the screen. And it was funny because Mr. Nobody and Peggy, their comments came in right next to each other. So it's like, okay, Oh, and Mr. Nobody says, OMG, everyone uses the eyeballs. I don't use the eyeball. Well, I use the eyeball sometimes, but not usually in chat. So it's just, I mean, that was my
Yeah.
logic.
And it's fun to have Peggy around. I definitely verbally attacked Peggy on one of our lives because I thought she was being an asshole. But like, we can resolve shit. I saw her saying nice things about my art, so I can be polite. I just saw her being, out of control sometimes, similar to the way I am sometimes. So maybe that's what frustrated me. But it's good to have her back around.
Yeah, Christy T says it's funny how quick people jump on a man and accuse them of such things, but sit silent when a woman does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I took it so personally. I was just like, why would they say these crazy things about me? And then I looked at how they handle every dude that tries to have a voice in this community. They say the same shit about them. They're looking for the same shit. They're digging for ex-girlfriends that are going to say negative things. They're fucking losers. Let's just be honest. They're fucking losers.
Oh, and AMAC, thank you for that. Because I'm actually going to show AMAC sent a picture of a post that Brittany posted on. Okay, so actually so we have this. So Jersey says in this Facebook post about this scam that, anyone using Layla's name looking for free Christmas gifts, and then she was going to hit up whoever's in charge of the group that they've been putting their names. So again, this organization was going to help them for Christmas. This came out, who knows what was said, and the organization was no longer working with George and Brittany. This post by Aileen clearly says, does not need anything, right? Right there. And then she said it again, will be fine for Christmas. So let's go back to this woman and hear what she has to say again, because then I'm going to show you a picture that AMAC sent to me that proves this heifer wrong. And I missed,
I'm back.
Sinner's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had too much truth. The universe shut me down.
Yeah. Oh, and Peggy said all is forgotten with the eyeballs.
Okay, cool.
Actually, let me put that up. Aw, Peggy's so sweet. She gave you a rose. She said, glad
Awesome.
we're friends again. All is forgotten. Well, not all is forgotten with this lady.
Crap channels that are truly tragedy pimping channels that used to say, look over there, so you're not looking over here. Those channels. If they go to those channels, I know what kind of person they are, right? I always know if a person is here to really advocate for their loved one, or if they're here to make a buck. Okay.
I know that. I know the difference too.
Mm-hmm.
I think Betty and I might have the same radar. I know when someone here's just grifting for money and when they actually give a fuck about people too. Do you think we have the same natural talent, or do you think she's lying?
Yeah, I think she's full of shit, in my opinion. But someone, I think it was K-Brace, had said earlier, how does she know what channels we're going to if she doesn't follow us there?
Oh, she
How did
stays
she
up
know what the glare was saying? Oh, wait,
all
that's
night.
right. She was in Dooley's chat, and she was throwing shade at me for just talking to people in his chat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they here to make a buck? Or are they here to advocate for a missing child? Because so far out of that whole entire Christmas list, I still didn't see one thing go over to Nova Grace. So that.
Okay, so let's share this tab instead. And this was, I'm guessing this was today, AMAC. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it says 5 hours ago, but again, it could have been a different day. So it says, thank you, and this is from Brittany, Layla's stepmom. Thank you all who has helped us give Nova Grace Christmas presents. Although we know very well she had a wonderful Christmas, these gifts can be used for many things. Just because Hallmark says Christmas is December 25th doesn't mean all have to abide by it. It is the thought that counts. We'll be sending them out today. She will be a happy little girl, that's for sure. Feeling positive. And so she has I'll zoom out just a little bit. Oh, I guess that was all of it. So there were gifts sent for Layla's little girl. So again,
of course there
this
was.
lady-
I mean,
go ahead.
of course there were gifts sent. Of course people sent gifts to Jennifer. Like, it's so crazy. Like, Betty is definitely just walking into someone's house and making herself comfortable. Why does she feel so comfortable speaking for families of a missing child? Why is she even involved? Here's a better question. What has she done in the way of good to this case? I'll wait. Betty, tell me one single thing that you've done that's positive. Because from my perspective, and it's just my perspective, it's all been a shit show. It's all for you to make money, to continue your little, it's self-preservation. You just need a couple more bucks. I just need one more, a buck will do. It's fucking tired and it's unacceptable.
And Tribal Gal, why her third channel? I knew you had a channel with Sinner, but just found it. Been absent a bit. What is BHB doing now? Oh, Tribal Gal. Well, she got on her main channel. I think that had to do with copyright strikes. And then on her backup channel, which is, I think it's Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories, I believe she got something on that. Maybe not. But so this is her third channel, like her backup to the backup. Yeah.
Yeah. Conversely, I'm making a painting of her, of Betty.
Yes, and I did get a sneak peek, and it's gonna be great. And hey, Glow with Glow, glad you could make a live. Oh, that's a good analogy, Peggy.
K-Braze is telling Spitfire he's going to get a computer and the rest is history. Let's go, K-Braze. I want to hear more of what you have to say.
Mm-hmm. It's never too late to make a grift list.
An entire family that has nothing to do with Layla Santinello just got a Christmas list fulfilled, and not one thing go to that child's baby. I find that disgusting.
Well, in my opinion, you're fucking disgusting. And the fact that you even bring them, like you even say their names out of your mouth, like, I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed for you.
Me. I digress. Everybody has to make their own decisions for themselves. But for me, I find that disgusting. I find it disgusting. But you always watch where these people go. And if you start seeing them go to those channels, you already know they're in it for one thing and one thing only, and it's not the avocation of the missing. And then people get so upset when I call a spade a spade.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I get really upset when this racist woman calls a spade a spade. Yes, I do. Every time.
And my comment was, that's what I'm doing right now, is calling a spade a spade. And again, I would have never watched this live of Betty's ever, because it had to do with Turtle Boy, and I don't know that case. But I had an email that said, look at this clip. She's pissing me off. So I'm like, okay, I'll go check it out. And I hear her say George and Brittany, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, my phone blew up. Emmy was pissed. Emmy was F-word pissed. She was just like, let's go. First thing I'm going to talk about is this. And I was just like, whoa.
Okay.
I've been neglectful of Betty because like I've been fighting off, another terrible YouTuber. But yeah, we have to focus and not let sneakiness be that sneaky. We got eyes. We got to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. All right, so just like a few more seconds of this, and then we'll leave her to it.
They don't like me. Let's go illegally take down her channel because we don't want her to tell the truth. Oh, lying Betty.
Oh, so the fact because I was telling the truth and reviewing your misinformation and things like that, so that's why you sent someone to, quote, hunt me down, allegedly, in my opinion,
No, she
even though it's
definitely did.
proven on screenshots.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly.
And it was said in your chat repeatedly, and the mods didn't delete it so that no one would find out. I mean,
Corinne says Emmy isn't the only one who's pissed. So am I. Yeah, me too.
yes,
And I kind of feel bad because
Corinne actually knows George and Brittany personally, at least.
Oh,
correct me
okay.
if I'm wrong, Corinne, but Corinne has been really, really supportive of George and Brittany, and she actually is who sent me the Amazon wish list first. It didn't come from George and Brittany, it came from Corinne, and then I actually
Okay.
reached out to Brittany when I couldn't find the link that Corinne had sent me.
Yeah, I always pay attention to the comments. I see Corinne's always on the right side of things. But that's cool. I didn't know. Like let there be no question that much like Emmy's channel, this channel also supports George and Brittany. 100%. They're welcome here anytime they want to come here. I mean, I can't believe that anyone would even do what Betty did today. Like, I mean, the only saving grace is at least she didn't do it Christmas morning. But I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah. And so this is her backup, which is Bullhorn Betty with the ending IE TC. So she has been streaming to both the third channel and the second channel. At least she was the last time I watched her. And so yeah, this is her third one. Hey, Misty Day, how are you? All right, just a few more seconds.
Telling the truth. Yeah, I've been telling the truth for 2 years. People can't understand how cults and things happen.
Oh.
It's called brainwashing. See, what happens is how this whole situation works is somebody goes on every day, day after day, kind of what they did during the whole COVID thing, right? Where you have the numbers every day. They were brainwashing us. So when you go on to these channels.
So
what is she talking about? So us people that are against the shitty things she does to families, society, and probably her own neighborhood. Those of us, so we're a part of a cult, and we're part of this. We're part of the cult that made you put a mask on whenever we had a fucking pandemic. Listen how crazy this fucking woman is. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Seriously, she's just as crazy as Queen Bee is. Both of them. They fucking deserve each other.
And I would love to go to the trial. I would love to. But I'm
considering it, but nobody wants to go to that part of Illinois in the winter.
Channels, and all they do is talk about bad Betty every single day for 2 years. What do you think they're doing to their audience? Do you think that they are conditioning them to hate Betty?
Wow. That's a pretty
now we're finding out the stuff that they were saying to them were lies. It's very easy to do. People don't understand how it's done. It's very, very easy to do. And
because you've done it? Do you have experience in that?
No, she has 2 books. She has 2 books. One is The Language of Letting Go, and the other one is How to Fucking Control Everyone Around You at Every Moment. What a maniac.
Or, I mean, maybe she studied, Koresh or Manson or...
Yeah. Yeah, could be. I mean,
Wow. I
but
mean,
the
that's
thing
a
is, I've always said it about her. Thankfully she's not smart, because if she was smart, it'd be real fucking dangerous. Like, again, same thing with Queen Bee. If she was an actual gangster, man, this place would be scary. But they're not. They're clowns.
And people just hook, line, and sinker. I guarantee if some of these channels told their audience members to get up on a bridge and jump off, they would literally blindly plunge to their death.
what
I truly believe it. People are so diluted that they would.
do you mean delusional? Oh, and that reminds me. I don't know whose chat I was in the bushes
Yes,
in.
someone tried to correct you, and
Someone tried to
yeah.
tell me I didn't know what deluded meant. Yeah, I do. So that's the thing I don't understand is clearly it's either people aren't listening carefully or they're just choosing to make shit up that is not even that important.
Yes,
Like,
that's
yeah,
it.
I've misspoke sometimes, but I know the difference between delusional and deluded.
Yeah, it's selective memory. It's selective memory mixed with unwillingness to accept the actual facts of reality. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's okay. I was actually looking at chat because
No,
Cocoa Puff actually said
I
what
think it was. I think it was the good egg, and she was like, that's how I feel about it, and like really, like Emmy doesn't even know how to use the word diluted. Fuck out of here,
well, maybe
kid.
it
Like,
was
what?
maybe it was I mean, I have the
It was.
screenshot somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was. I watched it.
seriously?
I'll call them out by name. Good Egg, Independent, Weaker, Rowena, Queen Bee, B Tim. All of these people are running this narrative and trying to control the situation when they're being exposed for being shitty people. It's really that simple. It's just that simple. And half the
Hey,
people
Beer Can.
are confused. This is day 4 of this. Queen Bee. Never mind. Let's finish the Betty thing. I have something
Yeah,
planned
there's
here.
not much left, and then we'll get into that because I've got clips of that too.
Be willing to do anything their creator told them to do. Don't worry, guys. Here on the Bullhorn Betty channel, we tell you to go to church, not jump off a bridge.
Nah, shut the hell up. Goodbye.
Yeah, when you hear the words jump off a bridge and then clapping, that pretty much explains Betty's fucking whole vibe.
We tell you to go to church, not jump off a bridge. Well, I haven't told anyone to jump off a bridge. And if I did, it would be rhetorical, not literal.
Yeah. And just to keep my brand clarity as clean as possible, I hope none of these scumbags are praying for me, because I'm not praying for them.
And I haven't really looked at chat, so I'm going to just say hi to some people because, I mean, usually I look at all the comments, but today we just got right into it.
I'm pacing around. Here. We have great people here, though. It's great to see Chris Crest back. Beer Can is here as well. Good to see you, Beer Can.
Beer Can.
JD Wells. Shit, man. When I heard True Texan talk earlier, I was like, "Fuck!" That's what I thought JD Wells would have sounded like. It's confusing me.
And I don't know why I thought True Texan was a female. I don't know if it was just that was in my head. I didn't realize that True Texan was a guy. Like, clearly he's from Texas, but
yeah, I always fuck up genders of people because I don't know. I just assume there's more dudes here. It turns out there are none, hardly any. Cheese is here though. What up, Cheese?
Hey, Cheese. I was just talking about you earlier. Hey, Burning Angel. Peggy's yelling at Okie Crime. What did Okie Crime News say? She said, Peggy, good to see you. Okay. That's kind of strange, but okay.
Hold on. I haven't seen Beer Can around for a while, and they just said feeling much better. Treatment starts next week. I hope you're okay. I know we've had our differences, but I don't wish ill will upon many of us.
All right. Came. Oh yeah, Mr. Nobody. I agree because there was that, there was, kind of like, I don't want to say disagreement, but confusion, I guess. And so the fact that True Texan went up on Granny's panel, that was really cool that
Oh yes, that was cool.
to, say like there were 2 calls, but the one you're talking about, I was not a part of. And
Yes,
so
see, I'm not familiar with that whole situation, but I was very happy to see people work things out in chat the way that Mr. Nobody and True Texan did. I
yeah.
mean, again, it was like seeing someone catch like a one-handed touchdown because it doesn't happen. We communicate like shit.
Oh, I think Peggy was yelling at Beer Can because Beer Can hasn't been around in a while. So she's like, "Whoa, you're here."
No, I've seen a few comments about me, the that Beer Can said, and I disagreed with him, but I didn't get mad. I was kind of bummed. I haven't seen him in a while.
Okay, Braze. When they find out you're a man, they slow down talking to me? That's not cool.
Well, I mean, it's better than being like I'm a man, and they're like, oh, why aren't you married? You must beat women. That's what they go to.
Oh, speaking of that, the clip we'll actually look at clip 3 first because when I heard this, I was like I started chuckling a little. I'm like, "Really?" So, this clip is actually from QB's earlier live, and I just caught this. I was doing other stuff and listening, and I heard B. Tim say something very, very interesting. So we're gonna listen because I'm sure, like, and I think I sent this to you, right, Center? So you kind of know what it's saying, but I had a lot
Yeah,
to say
yeah.
about it as well.
Oh my God, we could probably have a 7-hour live just reviewing Jones's live from last night because Jones is over there with with the good Nunya and Willow, 3 people that are definitely involved in everything that has occurred in the past and trying to keep checks on people. And then Queen Bee fired up her live and just denied reality. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then still, like again, the Good Egg, Independent Thinker, Davis fam, all of them are just like suckling the teat of the Queen. Like I have a natural like rebellion against authority at all. So I didn't like her to begin with, but now she's just fucking making up emails, touting like Grandma Cherry around like she's a like instrument for her success. It's so fucking gross. It's so gross.
All right, so this is only, I think it's 39 seconds. It's very short, but it says a lot.
So proud of Indy and Ellie for being strong, and I am too. I appreciate y'all because it seemed like you guys.
And so this was in response to Granny's Watching, who was live earlier, and Independent Thinker and Ellie were also present. So that was a comment saying, I was proud of them for holding their ground. And so then B. Tim gives his input, which I thought was the most interesting.
Yeah, it's so funny. What a punk.
We're, not letting the bullshit fly.
Nah, they got put through the ringer, Queen. You guys are the real MVPs. You stood tall, you stood strong in those cats
and
no, they are not MVPs. They're sad people. I actually feel sympathy for Queen Bee's simps at this moment. All the people I just mentioned, I feel so bad for them because they actually believe her, and she's lying to all of you. Here's a question. Here's a question that if someone wants to make a fun channel and ask the question, where is the original email, Queen Bee, that was sent to you from your big dono that was worried about it? That was worried about the money going to someone else other than you? Because that's the concern. You stood up and said, "Oh, wait a minute. This money, there's no way that money can go to somebody who needs it. It's got to go to my law fund." No, Queen. No, that's not how it works. And it's a explicit display of how it's all about you and you don't give a fuck about anyone except for yourself. Sorry.
Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody knows it. Mr. Nobody gets it.
Mr. Nobody is clearly somebody because they know a whole lot of stuff. They're like everywhere. They must have.
Yeah.
It's. I envision them in this like control room with like multiple screens. They're in multiple lives, listening to, to multiple things, reading multiple chats, and they're just like taking it all in. Oh, Beer Can says, "Can't wait to have my first vodka Ensure." I remember us talking about that a long time ago. More power to you, but that just does not sound very good.
I would like to take an opportunity to shout out the good Nanya and Joneson and Willow. I mean, they're my favorites right now. And I don't even know if they even like me, to be honest. But the fact is, they were so close to this dumpster fire for so long that, like, if they give up, if they're like, okay, yeah, this fucking lady is just doing it wrong, and they walk away, I don't know them personally, but I listen. And even when they're bagging me and talking shit or we disagree, I still know they're good people. I swear by Nanya, Willow, and Joneson are good people. I love good people. So whenever Queen Bee's up there like, oh, everyone who leaves is the worst person ever. They become an instant enemy. That should tell us everything we need to know. If all the good people in your group have left, then you're left with a bunch of bad people. That's why she's being called out. It has nothing to do with Grandma Cherry. Bless her heart. It should never have come to this. It's all about Queen and how she says, "Oh yeah, I give a fuck," when in reality, she don't give a fuck.
And Mr. Nobody says, "OMG, I'm actually doing that minus the control room." I just think of, oh my gosh.
Bernie
It
Angel says,
was
Willow's voice is so soothing. It put me to sleep. I had the same experience. I was like, I can listen to this dude talk for hours.
And AMAC, not only do I believe SoFlo may be tipsy, but she's also behind in the live because she mentioned Sonia, and I haven't talked about Sonia in a little bit. So I think both of those things are. Oh, I agree,
Yeah.
Cheese. She makes me laugh too.
I'm sorry for cutting you off there, sweetie pie.
Yeah, it's okay. I've been doing it a lot.
I got things to say. I mean, last night I was so inspired by the fact that, Joneson went live and was just dropping facts. And then when Dietz came in, who, I mean, by all accounts, is like a younger version of Grandma Cherry. Sherry, sorry, I keep fucking that up. We all have Dietz back. I mean, so when she got fired up, you can hear the emotion in her voice, how upset she was. And that's when I was just like, you know what? I was right the whole time about Queen Bee. Like my gut feeling, I should have just stuck with it. And like months ago when people were like, "Oh, Sinner, keep it down. No, it's for the greater good." Fuck a greater good. This is just money going to some weirdo in Illinois. That's what it is. Both of them. It just turns out she's way more successful with the bullshit because she has a big group of people doing work for her 24 hours a day, where Betty's just left down there by herself. But they're the same. They're exactly the same. We should declare these people unfucking acceptable.
And did you see Ninja Orchard's comment? It says, "Look, this quote, leaving it in 2023 only serves one purpose, to have an excuse to not address anything about, in their own words, and stuff getting exposed in 2024. It's
Amen.
Getting too hot for a bee."
Amen. That's exactly what I put on my community post whenever I shared that I was going live with Emmy. I said, they want us to, okay, that's enough talking about it. Let's stop talking about it. Who has the most to gain by us stop talking about it? Queen fucking Bee does. Nah, I'm going to keep talking about it. And guess what? So is everyone else. We have to leave Grandma Cherry the fuck out of this and stop pulling up her on panels and trying to make her, our token. Stop making community posts explaining her physical elements to Queen Bee. That's fucking crazy what you did. I didn't even know that about her until Queen Bee put that up there.
Yeah, I don't know
Exploitation.
either.
That's called passive aggressive. It's not okay. It's not okay.
And SoFlo says, no, I'm tipsy, but Sonia is an ass all day, every day, no matter the time stamp. Okay. All right. Let me go back to this one.
Everybody was going against you, and you didn't falter.
Oh, and speaking of simps, this is just Samantha who's talking, who, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, was one of the biggest simps for BHB.
So
before
bad. Yeah.
Flying over to the Hive.
Yeah.
Spoke your truth.
The fucking, yeah, isn't it crazy how people just like will believe shit and just sway with it?
Yeah, I mean, like, people.
And now make sure we
Ears.
This
like,
is the important part.
Tim, what a fucking punk, man.
Oh, Cheese says, I just want to hear B Team say borrow. Oh, like the boroughs, the 5 boroughs.
This dude has I could fake a better New York accent than this guy has. It's like what is he, just watching Goodfellas over and over again between his shifts at Subway? Punk.
Hey, Tasha, welcome back. So listen very carefully to what B Tim says, because this is what perked my ears up a little bit.
Like, people make accusations against you. They have no receipts. They have no proof about it. And then then just because people like them, they just naturally believe them. It's like, I sit there and like,
oh, Sinner, you want to take this one?
Can you wind it back for a second? I was doing something.
Sure can.
Oh, little Timmy. Like, he doesn't realize, okay, the reason I wanted the Goonies song to be the intro of this video is because I imagine Queen Bee being like the Fratelli mother. Remember, there were 2 sons? I imagine one of them being fucking Boston Nick and the other one being little Timmy. And like, all she does is yell and hit them on the head and make them do what they want. That's what's going on over there. They're the enemies in the film Goonies. Except, I mean, they have the added benefit of like a bunch of people that are like, I'm OG YouTube. I've been here for 2.5 years. I know everything. Fuck, if you've been doing the same shit, I'll just say it. Cappy, if you've been doing the same shit for 3 years, then God bless you. Because like, it's gross. Like, what? It's so disgusting. Like, newbies. That's what they take to call me, a newbie. Man, I'd rather be a newbie than whatever the fuck you dumpsters are. You lying ass, screenshotting, private messaging, sharing, gutter punks.
And someone had mentioned, I was looking up, someone said Anne, like who played Mama Fratelli. Yes, Anne Ramsey. That was her name. Anne Ramsey.
Peggy says Queen is on her own channel for what, 30 minutes? Yeah, in a 5-hour live. No, she pulls a full hour. She comes in, she's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Send some money. Oh, yo, I got a dono. I got a big dono. I got a big dono too, dummy. It's called hard work. I donate to myself.
Hey, Cherub Bullies. And actually, just before this, just Samantha had wanted to join panel, but it was just B Tim. And so he had to wait because he didn't have control to add anyone.
He doesn't have any control anyways. He's like, if there's like a moderately loud noise near him, he's like flinching to the point where he's jumping out of his chair because it's called Stockholm syndrome. And that's what Queen Bee's fucking moderators are experiencing. They are so dedicated to the wrong cause that they're sacrificing themselves to the point it's absolutely embarrassing. It's so embarrassing for them the way they go from chat to chat to chat to chat to chat, the same way Queen Bee has been doing the last fucking 10 days. Guess where they weren't today? In Laura's chat. Because Queen Bee doesn't have the balls to go over there and even
Oh,
try
you
it.
mean Granny?
Granny, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Queen Bee doesn't have the balls to do that. Not at all. So yeah, I mean they have an agenda and they have it really tight. But the fact is, the story they're selling is not true. So when they're out there doing this, those of us who know it's not true are just looking at them like, "Whoa, is she paying them?" But they're doing this on their own. I mean, they're talking about a cult. That's what that is the nuts and bolts of a cult. If you're willing to sacrifice yourself for the leader with no benefit to yourself, you're in real trouble. Good egg.
All right, so I'm going to replay this part. And welcome to everyone coming in. We appreciate you being here.
Like people like, you know, people make accusations against you. They have no receipts, they have no proof about it, and then then just because people like them, they just naturally believe them. It's like I sit there and I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. That's
Hmm.
where he tries to be.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Hold on.
Do you like audibly hear how impotent that B Team is? Like, well, people just do this and they say, oh, because they like them. This
Yeah.
little this little punk bitch sits right next to Queen Bee. No, he doesn't. He actually runs the show. I mean, it's Queen T. Let's be honest. She's always gone. She's back there wheeling and dealing, getting fucking screenshots and messages and talking to an enemy, talking to a friend. Meanwhile, poor little punk ass B Tim has to sit there and try to control the garbage. I actually feel bad for him. He's so stupid that he doesn't even realize that he's a fucking tool. It's like, I mean, not even like the best tool. Like you need a flathead, and he's a Phillips head, but they use him anyways. That's everything gets broken. Fucking clowns, man.
Yeah. And that really, actually, we're going to listen to it again just because.
I mean, like people like, you know, people make accusations against you. They have no receipts, they have no proof about it, and then then just because people.
Oh, so
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
B Tim kind of like saying that Sinner
It's not
is
good to
abusive,
women. Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
then I should be careful that you know, and then the masses believe you and they go all over saying we're scared for Emmy.
We're trying to protect her while we're talking shit on everything she does. But they're so transparent, man. Again, like I've been B Tim wouldn't last 15 minutes in a room with me and a couple other real men. He would be like, he'd start pacing around. He's like, I'm so uncomfortable. Hey, all you have to do is turn the Wi-Fi off and he stops being a man. He starts looking for a bunion to rub or a tit to suck on. Like without the internet, B Tim is nothing.
Right, and that's a good point, AMAC. Let me see if I can find your comment. And not telling me directly. No, they B Tim, Boston, Queen, they all make these accusations on their panel. And then the hundreds of people who are watching or in the chat then believe it. So what B Tim just said today is hypocritical because what he's saying is not what he's done in the last week or two and continues to do.
Exactly. I mean, I've always asked. I mean, I asked Emmy months ago when I first started like communicating with her, like in DMs. I was just like, why is everyone like not calling Queen Bee out and Tim and like all the? I mean, they are like the Wuhan fucking chemistry lab. Everything that's poisonous in this community spawns directly from those people or their interpretation of something that occurred. So instead of just being smart about it, they just make up stories. They never get names right, and they just bash people. And this is just what we see. And now we're starting to get a look about how Queen runs it backstage. So fucking gross. So gross. I mean, it's basically unacceptable. Again.
Well, and
I
I
see.
had even asked a question in Granny's today because someone had mentioned that QB doesn't do Discord. And I was like, huh? Because how can you not do Discord, yet you have a Discord server for people to chat in Discord? Like, if you don't Discord, that means you don't, I would, at least in my opinion,
Yeah.
if you don't do Discord, that means you don't have it at all. So, like,
No, I mean,
use Discord to message 3 people. That's it. So, yes, I do Discord. I just don't do Discord servers. So,
I mean, the thing is, like, V Tim tries to play holier than thou all the time, but he's riding shotgun with an actual evil goddamn slob of a person. And he's comfortable putting my picture on the screen and laughing about how I look. I've seen pictures of him. I know how skinny fucking Boston's arms are. Neither one of these fucking little kids are gonna fucking try to man up and be the man department of anywhere in my community. It's just not gonna happen. They're fucking clowns. And Queen Bee just controls them with her stank ass pheromones. But what happens when the Queen Bee starts to feel ill? Other things happen in a hive. I think that's what we're seeing.
all right, just 4 more seconds.
Peggy
People
said
like
she
them,
was
they
part of
just
the call.
naturally believe them. It's like I said.
Right. If people like them, they just naturally believe them. Right.
Mhm.
So is that why you continue to say things that aren't true? Because
Every day.
that actually, I mean, I will agree with what B. Tim said. That's exactly what people are doing. That's exactly what their viewers and chat are doing. And I actually called someone out today who was in Granny's, and then someone had said that QB was going to go live at 3. So I had Queen on one tab, Granny on another. Queen was on mute. I was listening to Granny, and I'm looking at Queen's chat, and I'm like, oh, look, this same person is double fisting. And of course they were talking about Sinner and I, but even so, it's like, okay, so why? Like, I mean, I do talk shit. I have been talking shit I was talking shit in Heel's chat not too long ago. But like, I was defending myself as well. So if people want to talk shit about me, tell me to email me. I actually did have a few people email me who I don't get along with, who I don't necessarily like, but I respect them because they actually emailed me and said, this is how we feel. Great. You have every right to feel that way. Do I agree with you? No. But they had the cojones to do it instead of going, to chat and spewing these things that are not true. Oh, oops, double dipping. Listen,
No,
I'm blaming Beer Can.
No, I know. I mean, the fact is, like, I thought Queen Bee was talking about me because, like, there was not really much going on in her existence. But it turns out that, like, what I was talking about basically just started like a fire, and people were like, wait a minute. Oh, what about that? I still want to know about that original email from the big dono. Like, she's so comfortable now sharing emails. Like, she got one, yesterday morning, and she was like, look at this. Look what I just got today. Well, this tells the whole story. Nah, lady, it doesn't tell the whole story. You showed 3 of like 8 or 9 messages that are directly pertain to what everyone is talking about. And yet you show up with a new email from this morning? Nah, that's never going to work. We all see straight through that.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I meant. Double fisting. Like they've got two of us they've got one chat in one hand, one chat in the other. So that's what I meant. Like double dipping, I guess I can see that, but double fisting, because you have two different types of alcohol. You have, say, Jack and Coke in one hand, Amaretto and Sprite in the other. So you are double fisting. You have something really
Well, yeah, one
similar.
at each hand. Yeah, you could double
Right.
fist for like two bottles of Jameson.
Right. So that's what I glow with glow. I have I do not know anything about that. No. But I meant I meant when you have two different types of alcohol, like you have a blue Solo cup in one hand, a red one in the other. That is double fisting. Like I don't know
I
about this new lingo, but clearly y'all do.
I didn't want to give too much attention to it because I'm afraid that like undesirable people will go pick on her or troll her or whatever. But Glow with Glow made a nice video, and it was my name was brought up in it, but other things were brought up in it, and as a result, I'm trying not to cuss. My cuss words are like 10% of what I want them to be, because I don't want to come across as so crass, but it's never my intent. I was literally raised by like motorcycle people and the Marines. So like my vocabulary is insane. Um, but yes, thank you, Glow. I very much appreciate it.
And I did just drop Glow's link in chat. So definitely check her out. She sings songs, and I always miss them until later, but
I
yeah,
mean,
it was actually
I
a really
wasn't
good
sure.
video.
I wasn't sure how to say it, but she also looks like my family. Like she shares physical characteristics of my family. So like when I was watching it, it was kind of tripped out. I was like, damn, this is like a real person that just actually cares, you know?
Actually, Cheese, you read my mind. I was just about to say, I wonder if Cheese can get the Urban Dictionary definition of double fisting and then just email it to me. Don't put it in chat. And then Cheese came through and sent a picture.
Belladonna's right too. It's good to see Belladonna too. That's a name like that I remember from my when I first realized that there was a chat on YouTube. I think over Ikenos.
I hope there's not. Listen, I need to clearly catch up on my slang, because I have to be careful what I'm saying apparently now. Oh
I see.
boy.
Okay, Thor's here. Thor, I've been working. I have 6 paintings set up, and I'm working on each of them. I'm sure you're gonna like one of them.
Oh, and I think Glow with Glow, you did tell me that you used to do makeup lives, because I had been talking about makeup in one of my lives, and then I'm gonna have to definitely.
Glow with Glow said she's going on 4 years with her channel.
Mm-hmm.
I would like all the mods to just put it in the chat. Everybody go sub up to her. She's such a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm. I love
If
Glow.
you guys just watch the video that I watched, like you'll get it. And it's not anti-queen, it's not anti anyone. It's actually, you know, a positive message, I think. And one of the most honest interpretations of like who I am on YouTube that I've seen. Turns out she does a better job explaining who I am than I do.
Oh, Spitfire, you're trying to unpack? Oh my gosh. That's like Ninja, that's like Snapchat. Snapchat tells people when you're screenshotting. So, of course there's always a way around it. You use a different device to take a picture of said screenshot so that the person doesn't know you're screenshotting. Hey, SoFlo, we were talking about Glow with Glow. And I did have other clips. I don't know if we want to go over them.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we were going to open up, or we're going to have some some folks
Oh
up
yeah,
with
if
us?
anybody
Or...
wanted to come up. I know Cheese, I know you're here. I actually had said to Sinner earlier. I wonder if Cheese will come up.
Yeah, I meant to text him, but I was too caught up in listening to fucking liars lie. Don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to them. It's not my fault. Look what they did to me. No one did anything to Queen Bee. Like she promises that she's a victim of something, but she ain't.
Oh, Peggy, yeah, I agree. It was. And I didn't watch it, but I did screen record the chat. I didn't listen or watch, but I knew that there was going to be some stuff said, so I screen recorded the premiere with the chat because I just wanted the chat for, you know, to get all
Mr.
those
Nobody
comments that weren't deleted.
Mr. Nobody says it's all. I'm gonna say it in Queen's voice. It's all new, old news. It's old. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't do it.
now he's choking because he's trying to talk.
Yeah, the moral of the story was Mountain Dew and Cools. Like heels in the air every time I talk about Queen Bee. She's like, he's gonna talk about Newports. Nah, there's a cigarette that's cheaper and more destructive than Newports. It's called Cool with a K. Queen Bee is cool with a K.
See ya, Okie Crime News. Oops, I spelled Cheese's name wrong. I was so disgusted with his comment. I'm not going to put it on screen, but it is funny, though. It is funny. I guess I'm never going to live that down now. Someone's probably going to clip me with saying, she didn't even know what double fisting was. Yeah, that's what it was when I was in college 30 years ago. Well, 25 years ago.
Queen Bee definitely knows what that term means. I mean, she's been pimping hoes all over Illinois.
SoFlo, I know SoFlo's out, and I know AMAC was still working, I think.
Beer
Cheese
Can
is practicing other things.
Beer Can, they still do make cool cigarettes. That was actually the one of the first and last cigarettes I ever had. Snagged it from my stepmom on the way to the bus stop in like 8th grade. It was 100 too. I mean, it just tastes like hot mint.
Venture Brothers? I've never heard of them.
Oh, the Venture Brothers are vital.
Because Mr. Nobody said, anyone seen the Venture Brothers? She sounds like Dr. Girlfriend.
Yeah. You have more clips?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is the
Let's
one.
Let's go over a couple. Then I actually want to have a little bit of a dialogue, like a summary of what's occurred the last couple of days, because I think people are just confused or not paying attention.
Okay, so let me shoot. So this was the beginning of QB's live, and then I do have another clip, but I may only show a part of it because I know I tried to not include Grandma Sherry in it, but
Understood.
yeah, but the beginning part is the important part.
Well, let's just be 100 with it. Like I at first I was just like, damn man, why do they keep dragging her into it and making her the token of the panel? And then I realized, oh wait, it takes two to tango. And this is no knock on Grandma Sherry at all, but like just stop showing up. Like one of the last things I said in Grandma's watching chat or Granny's watching chat was like, please don't go over the Queen Bee's panel. Like they're just using you. Like how many times can you answer the same questions over and over again? I was just like, please don't do it. And of course, someone sent me a screenshot. Queen's doing it again. The second Grandma Sherry showed up on Queen's panel, listen to her voice. I urge you to just go back and listen to, the welcoming of Grandma Sherry onto her panel today. Fucking pay attention, man. Queen's like, nah, 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 nah. Self-preservation. People are fucking with her money. She's making money with no skill. People should fuck with her money.
So this clip is actually towards the middle. So we'll do the beginning of her live at the end, but this was towards the middle, and this is where Queen Bee is saying, you know, let's end 2023. It's over. Let's move on. New year, new year, same shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so again, I tried to chili peanuts. Okay, can we just drop that?
I'm gonna have to put that in the blocked words now.
Oh
Jesus.
my god. I know. Like, oh my gosh. Like I was talking about alcohol. Get your minds out of the gutter, people. Ugh. No, I can't. Ugh, no. Okay. Oh. Why is there no volume?
I mean,
I don't know.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's getting, like I said, it's getting way out of control, and it's only getting
It's
this
getting
big,
way out of
like, this
control.
big of a deal because, in your own words of Sharon, and Joneson's going over and reviewing it. Granny's got to review everything that's going on over here at this point in time. Laura goes over. Claire went over it. I mean, fuck. That's why it's so big.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain it. Queen, you're missing it. You're missing what's happening around you, or you're just fucking lying to everyone. The reason all these people are going live about you is because the original email that you from the big dono is a fucking lie. Come clean. Just say I'm sorry. I'm protecting my my sandcastle. So I have to do this. I know that's what you have to do. But then you continue the motherfucking lie over and over again. Why do you keep doing that to yourself? It's fucking bizarre. Tim, call her. You must have Queen's cell phone number. Me, call her and just tell her, just stop it.
And I also wanted to point out that they said how all of these people were going over it, and that's why it's so big. Yet they were really quick to blame me for the channel, saying I myself and Sinner had it because we never went over the videos. So they must have, that must be their channel because they're the only ones who haven't gone over it.
I'm not a computer guy. So I mean, it would take any one of us or any one of them over there in Queen Bee's little sloppy little mess. Just takes one person or maybe two or three people that have similar interests. They're like, you know what? This bitch is stealing from us. She's lying to everyone, and it's all about her. So let's do something creative and let's use her own words against her. Now we kind of went astray at the end because there's a question as to whether or not Grandma Sherry was victimized or used as an example against her own will. That is unfortunate, but that's not what it was. The video was to display how Queen Bee doesn't give a fuck about anyone except for Queen Bee. I mean, clearly, she'll sacrifice her friends, people that actually care for her and had her best interest. They're all gone now. They have a skeleton crew of a handful of simps and whatever the fuck Timmy is. Fuck them.
And that just made me think of something. So there's been someone in chats that has been very vocal. We've gotten in a few not arguments, but going back and forth. And that is Little Minx. Little Minx, and again, this is allegedly, it has not been verified, but apparently Little Minx has been called out in numerous chats, and it is believed that Little Minx is actually an alter for Jersey.
No, I know exactly who they are. It's amazing. I have to tell you guys, like the second I called Queen Bee out, My email just got flooded to the point where like I have to get a third email now, and I'm not going to read any of those. But I'm getting like all of these people that think they're protected by Queen Bee are not going to be protected. I mean, they can't sit around and protect their leader while their leader attacks everyone around. Privately, publicly, Queen Bee doesn't give a fuck. She will put all of it out there. I mean, she proved the point when she allowed the biggest racist in the fucking true crime community back up onto her panel to mindlessly talk about shit she doesn't know about. That's who those people are. And my official opinion is, fuck them. Queen Bee, fuck you. Little Timmy, fuck you. Boston, fuck you. Good Egg, fuck you. Rowena, fuck you. Fuck all of you. We're on to you.
Well, there goes the no swearing.
Yeah, I mean it.
And Remy says, yeah, so my point was Little Minx keeps saying in every chat I see her in, we already know who it is. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with finding out who it is. Well, then why not just say it? So again, I don't know if that is Jersey, but she's around a lot, and allegedly, well, not allegedly, she has said she knows who's behind that channel. So why aren't you saying anything? Is it you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not me. And I have been corresponding with that channel. But I mean, I'm not corresponding like Joneson is. I'm not sending them screenshots or anything. I'm just saying, keep going. Don't stop. And their response to me is, we are listening. You don't stop. I never once asked them who they were. I don't want to know. But they inspire me to keep the facts straight. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to ask again, just in case it gets missed. Queen Bee, where is the original text message from your big dono that's going against Grandma Sherry's contributions? Because in my approximation, Grandma Sherry is a person in need, and you are an asshole that's been collecting tens of thousands of dollars for being an asshole, fighting another asshole in a lawsuit. Nah. Grandma Sherry is more important than you. Stop it.
Oh, and Little Minx is here. So Little Minx says, I'm in the UK. So how, I think she meant to say, so how am I Jersey? Well, I mean, people can say they're anywhere they want to be.
I mean, I forgot to tell you guys that I'm coming to you live from Johannesburg, South Africa right now. I'm gonna visit the Cape this evening.
Oh yeah, well I have been. I've been to Cape Town.
Cape Horn, though, like where all the ships that ever traveled the world, that's where they all perished. So it's one of the most brutal places on earth.
Oh, all channels are archived automatically on Wayback. Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Every comment you've ever made on social media is saved. That must make people like Queen Bee real nervous. Real nervous. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's go back here. So again, this is, everybody went over it. Like, doesn't need, well, no, not everyone went over it. But those of us who didn't go over it initially were blamed and said, oh, that must be their channel because they haven't gone over it.
Everybody in there, everybody's got to talk about it. So yeah, that's why it's so big. It's nothing I did.
It's like, it's kind of weird that you can't reply.
Hold on. I gotta stop it right away. She says, it's nothing I did. It's nothing I did. It's all the stuff that you do. It's all the stuff that she did. All of it. All of it. I mean, there are two people creating all the shit. It's Queen Bee and Bullhorn Betty. All the rest of us are fucking spectators or participants, but it's coming from these two sources. Let's be clear.
Scam, you're being accused of all these things, and everyone else can review it but you. When you do it, it's like, oh my God.
I've done 5 lives now.
Yeah,
I
no,
talked about it yesterday.
You had the glare, you had all these other channels talk about it. You literally took 4 days off. You basically didn't talk.
And I am going to disagree with that statement. QB may not have been live for 4 days, but she sure was working the chat circuit.
Oh, she was basically treating all of her simps in the chats like she was the pimp and they were the hoes. And those hoes were wild. It really made me wonder, like, is she paying them? Because I would never work for free for a piece of shit person like Queen Bee, as hard as these fucking people did. And they just lied. They just went in there and say, well, what about this? And they were like, lie, 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 lie. You beat women. I mean, that's how they win their arguments. Nah, no. I mean, she used to be important, but it's no longer. Like the kingdom has crumbled.
Oh, thank you, Narcos. I can tell you Little Minx has not been around since last year. She just started running hard for QB. Interesting. And I saw a comment. Oh, here. Mr. Nobody says the point of Jersey going to Dolly's house and everyone laughing about has been lost on blaming grandma. Well, in my thing, I'm glad you said that because they actually do make a comment in here, and I tend to agree, or maybe it was, I think actually the comment was on Granny's Watching. I tend to agree with, and again, this is just my opinion, and I know that in their own words was in Granny's chat earlier, they've been doing holiday stuff, which is definitely understandable, but I think having that last video posted when it's been able to marinate, and because there's nothing new to talk about, that's where this has kind of taken a life of its own, because there's not anything new to take the attention away from it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like let's not gloss over the fact that Queen Bee put up a community post expressing someone else's physical elements when most of us didn't even know that. Like, what a shitty thing to do. What a spiteful thing to do. It's not lost on me that the reason that Queen Bee posted that community post about a beloved member of our community is because she's spiteful. We didn't have to know. We didn't have to know any of that. She continuously drags private information to the public in hopes that it will make her felon ass look better. It's never, from me and the good people I talk to, none of us are going to look at Queen Bee with rose-colored glasses. It's never going to happen. We have seen her criminal record. We fucking know exactly who she is. So this fake ass gangster shit that she does, this kingdom, can fuck right off. Come and get it, Queen Bee.
Talk about you. We're talking
No, I
about
had
other
family
stuff.
shit to do.
Yeah, unlike some people, I don't know. I mean, it just seems odd, but like I don't get it, man. And these people are just, it's so an unfair situation because you have like 5 channels do a live about it, and then they'll say, well, we really keep.
Okay, but how many lives did y'all do talking shit about Sinner and I? Just curious. Because it wasn't necessarily in your thumbnail or in your title, but it was brought up a lot, and by one person mostly. So other people can't, so 5 channels can't do a live about it, but you can do 5 lives about someone else.
Well, that was it exactly. I mean, they were just like, okay, this is the end of it. So like we solved it. No, we didn't solve it. We still want that email that Queen Bee faked, lied about. We want to know how this. Sorry, is that better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah, you were roboting for a second there.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. What I'm saying is, like, of course, that's it. We're not going to talk about this anymore. That's the end of it. No, bitches, it's not the end of it. We're going to talk about it because you completely victimized and utilized Grandma Sherry to your fullest extent. You assholes. It's a game on all of you. And she's such a sweetheart that she feels obligated to go and correct everything just the way that Queen Bee talked Grandma Sherry when she came up on panel in her last live tells me everything I need to know. She's basically leading her, directing her, telling her leading her on what to say. Fucking garbage. It's absolutely garbage. I think we should all just leave Grandma Sherry alone unless you have like words of encouragement or a couple bucks to help her out with. Everyone else should just leave it. This is not about Grandma Sherry. This is about Queen Bee being an undesirable person and not giving a fuck about anyone except for herself.
And Chronicles, just to address your comment, personally, I didn't know that Grandma Sherry was autistic. I just knew Grandma Sherry as Grandma Sherry, and I went to her channel and I would just hang out because she did a lot of like peaceful streams or like different things. So to paint it in a negative connotation,
I didn't know that either.
That's not what's happening.
I didn't even know that either. I didn't know that about her, and I shouldn't. Unless she wanted to share it with you. It's none of my business if she's autistic. It's Queen Bee, it's no one's fucking business. Why would she do that? It's like a power move. It's like a fucking broken ass gangster trying to gain control. No. No, no, no. Grandma Sherry is a beautiful fucking person that cares about all of us, whether we're assholes or not. Queen Bee has been trying to take advantage of that. No. That's just a no.
Right. And she may have used the hashtag. I haven't seen it. And I do agree with Sinner that putting that community post out on Christmas Eve, declaring those things about Grandma Sherry, why?
Yeah, what
You
Queen
could have
Bee was
just
trying to
said
do
it
is
without giving those details. Like,
well, she was trying to make Queen Bee was trying to make a declaration. Well, listen to me. Don't listen to this person that obviously has, a physical or mental ailments. Like I'm the voice of reason. Don't listen to these people. And that's what she tried to do to Grandma Sherry. I don't need a weatherman to tell me which way the wind blows. I don't need Queen to go live to tell me her intent. I have eyeballs and ears, and I can just watch it and go, "Oh, this fucking bitch. She knows what she's doing."
So then, Chronicles, I have a question for you then, because Chronicles said, Sinner just said, how dare she put that in her community post if it was embarrassing or bad for Grandma Sherry? So why is it then they want everyone to stop talking about this?
Yes, exactly.
If it's not embarrassing or bad, which I disagree with, Grandma Sherry, as she said, she has her own voice. She's an adult. She was going to go live tonight, which I was actually looking forward to because it's always very mellow over there. And I hope she still goes live, but she had mentioned that she's probably just going to cancel it because people are asking questions of her. Well, they were on Granny's Watching and then Queen. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's just my opinion of what I'm observing. But I just don't think it was necessary to throw those details in to a post that clearly could have been, your point could have been made without having to put in that extraneous information.
Well, I mean, just the irony of the fact that just like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, I was just like, oh yeah, that shit that Queen did with Grandma Sherry's, that was out of spite, and like there's more to this, and then we're just like, Sinner can't even see whenever I'm trying to do something nice for somebody. No, bitch, I already had those text messages. I already knew how Queen Bee felt about Grandma Sherry. She's trying to sugarcoat it for all of us. We're not suckers, but I had those messages already, Queen. I don't know who they came from. Willow had those messages. Everybody had those messages in your little Sinner circle. You asshole. We already knew that you were fucking doing dirt against Grandma Sherry weeks ago. It just, some of us were just patient. Thankfully, Willow is a man of honor and a man of courage and a man of commitment. And he spoke his goddamn truth. And now, what do? They want to pick him apart and discredit him and talk about how nothing he has to say is true. Every word of it is true. Every word that Willow says is true. Figure it out, Queen Bee. How about this, Queen Bee? I've offered it to Betty as well. Why don't you take accountability for your fucking garbage ass moves and apologize? There's still time to save you. If you keep on the path that you're going down, you're gonna get canceled because you're perpetrating against all of us. You think we're stupid, and we're not.
And Chronicles, it's her choice to go on those panels. And that's why I was actually thinking back today of the panels I've gone on, because Dietz has, I love Dietz. And I had said mistakenly, because I forgot I had gone on other panels. I've been on 2 other panels besides Dietz. Well, actually 3. I forgot about the person I can't talk about anymore. But anyways, Dietz actually is one that I went on when that whole thing with BHB and the creator I used to do lives with happened. And I was at work and couldn't defend myself. And so Dietz actually reached out to me beforehand, before the live, and said, is there anything I should know? And I said, no, I've said my truth. I don't really want to say anything anymore. Well, then I had, I was watching after work and saw things, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go up there. So I took the link. I spoke on my way home. And so I have my own platform. I don't need to go on other panels. Yes, I did in the past, but it was more for, just hanging out and not necessarily having to defend myself. So I'm not in any way saying what's happening to Grandma Sherry is okay or warranted. But when you put yourself out there on panels and you go from one to the other, you have to expect some type of backlash. And backlash is not the right word.
Yeah, it's called karma. It's called karma. If you put negative shit out there, it's going to come back to you. I mean, especially if you're being untruthful. You can use all the curse words in a paragraph, but if it's true, it's true. That's not, I don't know. I just need everyone to pay attention. Queen is double talking us, triple talking us. The fact is, she went live in response to 3 people that know probably better than she knows what's going on. And she was just like, I got this email this morning. Check this out. Nah, lady.
Is that the one that people are saying it was convenient that it came just before she went live?
Yeah, it's okay. A fucking lie. She's a liar. She made that email up. It was never sent to her by anyone. We all want to know the original email from your big dono, Queen Bee. Remember, let's keep facts straight. Your big dono? Who was that email from? You're not putting that Peggy woman, or Peggy, or what do they call it, Patty, or whatever her name was. You're not putting that. You're not blasting that person. You know why? Because it doesn't exist. And the email that you presented to us yesterday was fake. It was a straw man. It was the house is on fire, but I'll set the garbage can on fire and distract people. No, you lied. You lied, and you are a greedy person. And you were so mad that Grandma Sherry was going to get some money that you made corruption. You made a conspiracy to prohibit a good person getting money. Exactly what I said a few weeks ago, and then I was persecuted for it. Exactly, my gut feeling's never going to let me down.
And Chronicles, says most of us are friends with Grandma Sherry and want the exploitation of her financial situation mental health to stop. I agree. She's not a pawn. However, both sides, in my opinion, are doing just that.
Well, I only have respect for one Chronicles, and it's not the one that's speaking. So miss me with that. If you're going to be a clip channel,
Wait a
you're
minute.
you're at least obligated to keep it real. I mean, you can't like clip the things that you want to hear and then leave the rest out. Sorry.
So, okay, so I'm confused now. So this was about 10 minutes ago, Chronicle said, Sinner said, how dare she put that in her community post as if it was embarrassing or bad for Grandma Sherry. Okay, pause. Fast forward. Where did it go? Oh, here. But then about 5 minutes later says, that's why the conversation needs to stop. Grandma Sherry has been crying for the past 3 days on every panel she's gone on. It's embarrassing for her. But yet,
Yeah,
you just said
that's exactly what I
wasn't.
said. Chronicles of the Oblivious Sinner just said, how dare you put it? Yeah, how dare Queen Bee put the fact that the Grandma Sherry is autistic? I didn't know that. Many of us didn't know that. That's exploitation. She's bullying someone into submission. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And it's also why like Chronicles of the Shady way better.
And
Because
I'm
they're
not
less
blinded.
they're less simpy.
In Oblivious, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I don't hate Queen. But she said she was done being nice to me, so I said, okay, game on. I chose not to call out Queen. I'm one of the ones who didn't, because Betty was enough for me. And then, the occasional
Fuck
Dolly or JLR.
I'll say it. Fuck
But
Queen
again,
Bee.
it's collateral damage is all around Oblivious. And I know what side of the fence you're on. I mean, you're Chronicles of the Oblivious, but it seems like you call out only certain bad behavior.
Chronicles of the Oblivious is a fucking punk ass as well. Just simping for Queen the whole time. How can I gain favor with the kingdom? Nah, there's only one good Chronicles. That's the Chronicles of the Shady. Sorry, Oblivious. I mean, if you call yourself Oblivious, it makes sense. And if they want to keep acting up, just fucking block them. Suck a dick.
I was actually excited. I'm like, I'm not gonna have to hear somebody say like, get off my dick, or go suck a dick, or go eat a bag of dicks, or whatever. And then somebody, who was it? Was it BX Boy? No. It was some other person. Oh, somebody was reviewing the pregnant woman who was missing, and sadly her and her boyfriend were found deceased, as well as, I believe, the baby. And it was Ickadmel. So he was playing a video from the brother of the boyfriend. And he had said something about, I'm going ghetto now. Y'all can just suck a dick, or something like that. And I was like,
I love Ickadmel. I love Ickadmel. And little Timmy like brought it up like, oh, Ickadmel's not going to claim you. Well, Ickadmel's not going to claim you. Like, dude, I'm not looking to be claimed by anyone. I was a member of his channels, and every time he goes live, I tune in. Chases, all of that. Actually, I battle with Emmy. I'm like, Chase, and she's like, yeah, I'll watch it on this channel. I'm like, I'm going to ride with Ickadmel. Queen Bee doesn't know. I have private messages between me and a bunch of creators that Queen Bee thinks that she can trust. So if we're going to start releasing DMs, I don't know who Sinner is. I don't know where he came from, what garbage can he came from. No, Queen, I came from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I've been standing tall in this community for 2 years now. Where did you come from? What are you doing?
She came from allegedly Critical K.
Oh yeah, Critical K. The woman that was like sued for millions of dollars and found guilty, and then As a result of having no money, she only had to pay 500 grand. I mean, that's Queen Bee's role model. Shout out Will at the Glare channel for bringing that to my attention. I didn't know. I didn't know that Queen Bee was just a moderator for Critical K, and then Critical K got sued for a lot of money. I mean, look, I've never been sued by anyone. I imagine you have to do a lot for that to happen. Queen, how many times has she been in court? Most of her life. She's a fucking felon. She's a wannabe gangster who's hustling a lot of people. And I'm going to say, nah, bitch, miss me with that. I see exactly what you are. Come and get it.
All right, give me just 1 second. I'm looking at chat for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I was outside. It's pouring down rain here in Central California, which is strange. Little Minx is talking a
And
lot
Little
of shit
Minx,
on me.
so I wanted to read this comment because Little Minx and I do not get along. Usually, well,
No,
actually,
she stays talking shit on me. I'm pretty sure that's
99.9% of the time
yeah.
we go at it, which is fine. It stays on YouTube. Like we just, you know what I mean? Like we just talk shit. But today in Granny's watching, I was watching chat and she actually said something that I agreed with. And I was like, okay, I'm going to say I agree with her. And it actually, we could both be respectful to each other. Is that going to continue?
No, it's funny.
Probably
no, that was
not.
funny. No, that was funny.
But,
You marked that occasion by, you told me about that. You were like, well,
yeah.
what is that? Little Minx has been talking shit on us for days and days and days, and they just said something that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and I acknowledged it, which I would. And so we actually have something in common. There's only like 0.1% that we have in common, but we still have something in common that we can agree with. And that is the sense of betrayal. And that's what I think all of this has to do with, is that there is a hell of a lot of betrayal going on, and that is not okay.
Oh, I mean, Queen Bee is just straight up lying to her people. And I hate to bring it back to them, but her mods and her simps they look so terrible to all of us in this community. I mean, they look terrible. I mean, my biggest problem is like using cursey words and being offensive to people. These people are so out of control. I mean, they're sacrificing themselves to someone who's not worthy of the sacrifice. It's like, oh, I have sympathy for them. Good egg. You're so confused, sweetheart. So wrong about everything you say. Read a book, like any book.
Who is Captain Kurt? Oh, it says, so Narco says, someone from QB Circle called Captain Kurt, fired from his job. He is friends with Upchurch. I don't know anything about that. I don't know who that is. Oh, they called his job and got him fired from his job. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
I wish one of these fucking unemployed YouTube people would try to call my boss to get me fired. Because my cell phone's going to ring. And they're going to be like, oh man, there are really people like Sinner that live in the world and aren't dependent on a bunch of people to pay their bills. I mean, there are men and women in the world that just go to work and earn their money and pay their bills. They don't have to be like, I'm having a battle with and send me money. I'm in a lawyer. I'm in legal trouble. Send me money. No one wants to send legal money to anyone. It's fucking psychosis. Stop sending money to your strangers' legal funds immediately. Please. They don't give a fuck about you. Whether they win or lose, what do you give them $100 and you're going to be like, oh, they won. What victory is that? You're still out $100 and that motherfucker doesn't give a fuck about you.
Oh, and just to lighten the mood, I finally got to Amax comment, and in chat that said he like, I don't know what that is. Like, everybody's just, ugh.
Yeah, I'm feisty today. I apologize. I'm just like,
All right, let's see. Oh, and I guess we can just chat. I mean, I forgot we even had this up on the screen because I've been reading chat and we've been having actually a pretty good oh, let me bring us back to Earth. We were up in space for a minute there. All right, I'm going to speed up a little bit because I'm like way far behind. Critical K is another one that dresses up highly problematic views in this pseudo-intellectual language to try and dress it up. I actually did watch one live that Critical K did, and I do have one clip of her.
yeah. Oh, there's Ellie. Hey, again, Ellie.
So.
Oh, Ellie, are you okay? It can't be easy to simp that hard. Ellie, you've been saying, oh, Queen Bee's never done anything wrong. Why are these bad people doing these things to my leader? Why are they doing it, Ellie? Because she's a fucking asshole. And she lies to you, and she steals from you, and she cheats from you. That's why. You dummy.
Ooh, burger sounds good, hippie. Lisa, I agree. And betrayal is the reason, in their own words, videos are hitting the hive hard as they should. And I truly believe, after kind of just watching today, it hit me. It's all about betrayal.
Exactly. I mean, if when Queen Bee goes live, is she just like, hi guys, how's it going? She's got 1,000 views. But when when she goes full fucking, you know what I'm saying? And this person did this, and this person did that. Yeah. Then it's 4,000. So of course, the nastier that she is, the more money that she makes. All I'm saying is, fuck that.
And Little Minx, I agree. The people who are being hurt are the subs, but the subs are talking just as much shit as the creators.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't attack a sub, but if I'm in chat as a viewer and someone is throwing shade or making things up that aren't true, I'm definitely going to defend myself and call you out.
Yeah, they just lie. I mean, it's literally Queen Bee, who's a 2-time like convicted felon, federal penitentiary inmate, talking shit on Emmy. It's hilarious, Like maybe one speeding ticket in her whole existence, and then she's like, "What about Sinner? Of course, I've been in trouble, you dumb asshole. But I don't. I've never violence, never selling crack to children,
And
never hanging out."
I just thought of something. I'm sorry. Because QB has said that she does not associate with Jersey anymore.
Yes, she does.
However,
she definitely does.
Running around these streets?
Oh yeah.
Putting all of your stuff on blast.
No, she's definitely friends with her. And that's what'll do her in, because she's stupid. She's not smart. And she's trying to be. This is what happens with like fake gangsters. I've seen it my entire life. I mean, since age 8, I've seen these fake ass gangsters that try to be tough. And then eventually they reach a point right around her age, 35, 36, and everyone looks at them and is just like, you know what? This fake ass gangster is full of shit, and we're going to run game around her and above her. And that's what's occurring now. The game has passed her. Her hustle is over.
And Puppetrator, love the name. QB grew because many were fed up with Jim Terry and BHB. When she ran out of those peeps to criticize, she started farking with subs, creating drama, gang wars. That I don't know. I wasn't around for that, but
Well, Ellie's like, how does Sinner know that? Because I have common sense, Ellie, and I see all your comments. It seems you do not have common sense. You are a simp for Queen Bee, and you could suck it.
Yeah, and Little Minx, if you're talking that I lied on you, I didn't lie. I said allegedly that's what it was, and I corrected myself and thanked you for clearing it up. So,
There's
and
other
I should
ones
have
too.
known.
I
I
haven't
should have
even
known
gotten.
Little Minx because you told me before. Little Minx, I mean, I gotta give Little Minx credit. She does, she knows how to dish it out and take it. But I had made a comment on a post about something. Oh, I said, Little Minx, you're up awfully early this morning. And she clapped back and said, I'm in the UK. It's afternoon here. And I was like,
Yeah, you could
I'm
be an
like,
asshole.
oh,
You said, yeah,
Little
they could
Minx
be a
won, Emmy
Little
0.
Minx. Little Minx can still be a little fucking punk ass simp in the UK, eh?
But yeah, I mean,
It's the same thing,
like
right? Clown.
we can go back and forth with it. So I mean, but she won that round.
No, she's a
I didn't know
bitch
what to
ass,
say.
a bitch ass fucking shit talker. Like basically, I mean, actually, most of you aren't men. But as a man, like if you wear the same underwear for like a day, like you'll get like these little curly cues stuck in your pubic hairs, and that's just, it's almost like lint.
Ooh.
That's what Little Minx is to me. Just like this person that just goes around just talking shit and simping for Queen. It's exhausting. Like if I paid more attention, it would be like a part-time job.
And so Puppetrator, I saw that you have a little YouTube icon. Well, actually, I guess everybody does, but I'm like, who is this Puppetrator? So I just went to their page and it says, and I quote, "The Puppetrator is watching, has little eyeballs, and
that.
coming to true crime soon."
Oh yeah, I love that. That's what I've been saying for a year. That's what Willow's been saying for 2 years. So hopefully it comes to fruition there,
So
Puppeteer.
I'm actually going to share their channel, even though they don't have any content yet. But just because, like that's a really cool name and I like their description. It's straightforward and to the point.
Charabolis has like an UGG face. Like Charabolis has always been fair and understanding. So I want to know what that's about. Have I said too much? As far as these like secret videos and messages that Willow got, and he had them for like 4 or 5 months, man, I'm not even friends with him. But I've also had them for like 3 or 4 months. So I already knew what Queen Bee was up to. I mean, that's why I was just like, fuck this bitch. And everyone was just like, dude, calm down. It's for the greater good. Betty's worse. Just like stop it. And I was just like, okay. And here I'm over tapping my foot, saying, no. Queen Bee is just as bad as Betty. Like you guys aren't paying attention. And guess what? Told you so. Told you so.
All right, and I'm still behind. I just got to the comment I saw on my phone with Lil Minx.
Yeah, I mean, I love Jonesin. I know she's got plenty. Jonesin's got plenty of shit to talk on me, but I still love that bitch. I do. I do.
All right, well, Lil Minx, we agree on 2 things now. We both agree with like this being betrayal, and I also agree that you're a big poopy talker. So there we go.
No name calling, says AMAC. My bad.
Oh, and Thunder says, I'm behind, but children wish list is way different than a bridal registry, especially when you're not getting married and you're pretending you're marrying yourself for a $5,000 camera.
No, but I mean, it's like what? How about like it's far more important for children to gain toys than it is to contribute to some asshole YouTuber's legal fund. Like, well, why are any of us like obligated to fucking contribute money to some asshole's fucking legal fund? Do you have any idea how many people are involved in lawsuits? Like you're just going to pick a random person and dedicate your life to them, whether they're an asshole or not? I'd advise you not to do that because like people are being embarrassed and I'm seeing it. Like I'm embarrassed for them.
And it's funny, we had someone come in who was blocked. They came in with their alt account and said, Sinner, you're weak. Talking shit while having me blocked. Go figure, because I'm pretty sure you're blocked on the channel they normally frequent, where you can't comment either.
I would urge them to send me an email. And if they were to send me an email, I will send them my telephone number and we can have an actual conversation. Because I don't hide from the world the way these fucking C words do.
And I will put your email in the chat.
Come get it. That's all I have to say. Come get it. If you disagree with me, let's talk it out. I wouldn't say it unless I was confident that I was right. Fuck Queen Bee. Fuck that fake dynasty, that fake castle, this higher. Look, whenever Jones and those cats called them out, their response was to have their simps come in and talk about the first time I came to Queen Bee's panel, and this is why I'm so connected to it. That is fucking like some mind control shit. No, that's not what it is. Queen Bee is a shady ass motherfucker that does shady ass shit behind the scenes. They're trying to protect the money. They're trying to protect the money because it's all about money. It's that simple. If she can win this lawsuit for 12 G's, she's sitting on $65,000, roughly, from a bunch of suckers that I'm trying to say, hey, don't give the money to her. That's a fact.
And I mean, it was their choice. I mean, I don't see anybody strong-arming anyone to give money.
No, but they're good people and they think they're doing the right thing. Why don't you just go fucking help your neighbor out? There must be a single mom in your neighborhood that you can go buy diapers for. And that's like $30. That's like a super chat and a half. Instead, you're contributing to some fucking self-important wannabe gangster in Illinois. Fuck her. That's my opinion.
Moto, we don't block everyone's comments. I see yours. And I think you sure do like a hug box in here. I don't know what that means. But you're not blocked.
A lot of these people are just blocking themselves.
Howard's block? Well, no, that's not true. We block people who say things that are not appropriate. I mean, I will have a dialogue with people.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
shoot, this just jumped forward again.
SoFlo says, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. SoFlo is a secret gangster, I swear.
Oh yeah, Hippie. I actually clipped that. I never posted it though because so Hippie says BHB said she only needed $800 more for the camera, and if people get paid in thousands in products that should also be included as income, in my opinion. Yes. However, she said she only needed 800 more, which is interesting because I went and looked and she needs like 1,600 more. If
I got to speak on this. I got to speak on this. Perplexed TC says, it doesn't matter, Sinner. I've been saying this about her for over 16 months. No one listens. Sweetheart.
Is that my bestie?
Sweetheart, I've been saying this. The first second I became aware of who she was, I was like, fuck this bitch. And I was over there in Rabbit's fucking Discord and Ick and Mel's Discord, and I realized quickly I can't talk shit about Queen Bee because why? Like, how is she so protected and everyone else can be picked apart? It makes no sense to me. I've always been against her panel channel spreading disinformation, her coming in every 12 minutes, just growling at people, and then little Timmy being a little fucking submissive bitch and just enacting the orders that they administered. No, I've always been against that. Um, 16 months, I wasn't around that much. I mean, I haven't been around that far. I was watching skateboard videos. I didn't even know that you could comment on videos when I started with YouTube. But fuck Queen Bee. And fuck
And
Bullhorn Betty.
And speaking of BHB, Lisa said, to be fair, Sinner, the lawsuit, in my opinion, is a bigger picture issue. BHB and her being overly litigious affects us all. Well, she may be overly litigious, but she's getting a lot of lawsuits coming towards
I
her.
mean, but who deserves to be sued, though? Lisa, you know I love you. Who deserves okay, I've said it before, and I want to make myself clear. Does anyone think that I almost use her first name because she's so comfortable using mine? Does anyone think that Queen Bee was struck by a bolt of lightning that came from the courts? No. The reason she was sued is because she's a fucking asshole and she was locked into an epic battle with another asshole. And both of those assholes deserve each other. And what they're doing is hustling all of us. They're in the way. We're trying to go down a road and they're in the fucking way. It's that simple. And B Tim is just another fucking little bitch ass obstacle. That whole thing that they're doing is just trying to stop us from moving forward. It's their show. They're in control of everything we do now, everything we talk about. How about we get both of those, Queen Bee and Bullhorn Betty, the fuck out of our way so we can actually get some shit done.
And I was just thinking, I'm seeing a lot of new names in here. And I just thought of something. And again, it's just my opinion. But it makes me wonder if people are using their alt accounts.
Of course they are. They're cowards.
As
Could
well,
some-
no,
could
as
one
to
of-
not, as to not.
Oh, I see. Opposite of
use my-
talking.
Right, I use
Opposite
my
of
alt
troll.
account.
Yeah, they're doing opposite of what trolls do. When trolls go
Yes.
in to cause chaos, they're coming in to express their true feelings. And
Yes.
they're hiding. They're hiding from this false kingdom, this burning castle. Look, you
Which
guys,
I can't
you-
fault
you-
them for.
I don't either, but you guys that are fleeing that burning castle are fucking welcome here. Just be nice and keep it factual. That's all I ask. Because if you're coming from Queen Bee's situation, her channel, she lies. She never gets anyone, even when it's drama, when she's doing drama shit, she gets all the facts wrong. When she's talking about actual cases and names of murdered and missing people, she gets that wrong too. She's garbage. Absolute garbage. So like if you're trying to get away from that shit, you're welcome. Come on in, join up, fucking hit the like button. Fuck that noise.
And I saw that Perplex is here, and allegedly we're now besties because I tagged her in a community post. So, yeah.
I understand what's going on. I know what Laura does. Look, Laura is just as crazy as I am. When she's upset, she says fucked up things. It is what it is. It's really amazing to me that Queen Bee's like right hand boy, Timmy, is obsessed with Laura, right? I mean, much like they say Emmy's obsessed with Betty, and I'm obsessed with curse words.
Well, here's
It's
the
all-
thing.
It's all for a reason. It all makes sense. The reason Laura is obsessed, the reason Timmy is obsessed with Laura is because she knows how to push Queen's button. No one else is pushing Queen's buttons except for me and Laura. Pay attention. And Ito, or in their own words, no one else is doing that. Everyone's afraid of this fucking clown ass motherfucker that's hustling everyone. Stop being afraid of her. Pay attention.
And I also wanted to say, going with, Emmy's obsessed. All she does is talk about BHB. Well, yeah, you should have left it that way.
Should have left it there, Queen Sleaze. Man, we actually, Emmy, you and I along with a few other people that fell off the way. We were doing work for Queen Bee, and she didn't even respect that. We were calling out her enemy every day until she started slipping into like, I can't control one side of this. I'm going to control both sides of this. Know what I'm saying? Fuck her. And fuck the horse that she rode in on.
And perpetrator, it has been stated that it would go towards someone else who may have some legal troubles. However, it won't be me because QB has said that if Betty comes for me next, so be it.
Come for it. Yeah, Emmy and I, we're not going to fucking beg for your money the way Queen Bee does. If this bitch comes at us, then we'll just get a lawyer and handle it. It's that simple. We don't need 10, 20, 30, $40,000 of a bunch of unwell people's money to support anything. Fun fact, Emmy doesn't lie. I don't lie. Queen Bee lies. That's why she's in court. Do you think if I could stand up here and just lie about people, of course someone would take me to court. Because you can't lie on people. Like Queen Bee has done. Like Betty has done. Guess what? Emmy and I don't lie on people. We just tell the truth. That's why they hate us. I'd rather be a lol cow than whatever the fuck Queen Bee and Bullhorn Betty are. Because it's just like ships on fire, and I'm sitting in a sandy beach enjoying my time, just watching that shit burn.
And perplexed, I never said I didn't want to be your bestie. I just said that we are besties, allegedly, because I tagged you in one post. But
I have no beef with Perplexed. I saw she was upset. No, she's good in my book. I mean, she's an asshole.
She's just
like me.
She's just messing around because she's tagging me because I had tagged her on one of the videos that In Their Own Words had put out. I had said at Perplexed QT, check this out. And because of that post, I was now best friends with her. And so now, and so the other day I was in Laura's chat and she was on a rant. And I was like, oh, I see how it is, bestie. You're ignoring me. And then Laura's like, I'm trying to go on a rant. I'm not ignoring you.
Tazzy says, I don't understand what the war is about at this point. I'm sorry everyone is fighting. Me too. I mean, I work best in a peacetime environment. But the fact is, Queen Bee will not take accountability. She won't say, oh yeah, this happened because of this. She just lies, man. I mean, she just lies over and over again. Like today, she's like, I'm going to take accountability. And she showed 3 of the 8 important text messages. 3 of them. The 3 that makes her look good. Okay. Entertain me. So my first interaction with Queen Bee was a very drunken text message at 10:10 in the evening. And it said, fuck you, expletive, who the fuck do you think you are, blah, blah, blah. And then instantly she replied to me. I mean, it was less than 30 seconds before she replied to me. And it was like, she met my energy. She came right back with the blah, 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 blah. And I kept it going. I felt like I won. And then the very next morning, Queen Bee made a community post of a direct message, a private direct message to her. And what she did was edit the message. She cut out the stuff that she was saying and only displayed the things that I was saying to make me look like a complete maniac. But she came back with the same energy, and then she posted that to her community page. The second that she did that, it confirmed everything I need to know about her. Everything. She's a fucking liar. She's a thief, and she's not welcome in any room that I'm in from here on in. In case you missed it, fuck Queen Bee and her huckster ass fraud motherfucking lawsuit bitch ass thing that she's doing. Fuck all of that. Again, prove me wrong.
And welcome to Half Sour. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Yeah, Tazzy, I'm not really fighting with anyone. I'm currently at battle with BHB again because of what she said about George and Brittany. I mean, I was pretty much ignoring her, and my attention was more on Sonia because she made a video that included me, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna make a video, at least make it complete and not just what my homepage is.
Emmy, could you Google Huckster? Chair of Bullies.
HUX.
Yeah, I think it's just like Chair of Bullies. Bullies.
Huckster.
Also, shout out Chair of Bullies.
The definition?
Yeah, what's a huckster?
Oh, huckster, it says a person who sells small items either door to door or from a stall or small store.
Yep, like a YouTube channel.
So North American, promote or sell something, typically a product of questionable value.
Yep, just like I said. Queen Bee is a huckster.
Bargain or haggle.
Yep, bacon and wheeling and dealing. I don't know how I put that word in my head, but yeah.
It started, so they have like overuse time, like how the word huckster has been used. It was used the most in the, say, 1850s, 60s. However, it has been at an upward trend since about the 1980s or so.
Yeah, let's start the fire. Queen Bee is a huckster. H to the C to the K. Yeah, you get it.
And I'm sure Cheese, if Cheese is still here, will give us the Urban Dictionary.
I love
definition
Cheese.
Of huckster.
Cheese is one of the only motherfuckers on YouTube that has my cell phone number. So, what up, Cheese? Holler at your boy. I knew Peggy would love the word huckster. It's a real word. It's turn to page huckster. C Queen Bee. Pity Love says, at Sinner, a narcissist never admits blame. Well, that's also not true. So, I mean, do some research on what narcissists do. Oftentimes, narcissists accept credit, take credit for a lot of bad stuff. But I guess I'm a narcissist. I'm an incel, and I hate women. I mean,
Whenever I think of narcissist, I think of Amber Heard. That's who I think of, or BHB.
We all rock. Just as humans, we all rock like an unhealthy level of narcissism. I mean, we just do it. We think we're better than something. We think we got to figure it out. We all do that. But when it comes down to like saying this person is a narcissist or this person is a that, like you have to take into account where the claim is coming from. Like if B. Tim is saying, "Oh, Sinner is definitely a narcissist," then it's just like, ha ha ha. How's this little fucking submissive bitch gonna call me anything? You know? So I mean, you have to take into account where it's coming from. Same thing with compliments. If people are love bombing you and they're like, "I love you so much, you're the best ever, you're the best ever, keep going." This is the emails I get. Keep going. We're listening. Keep going. Sure, but that's also plays into narcissism. I don't want anything. I just want to be a silent or a vocal observer of what's occurring here.
And Wandering Waff, hello, says, how about all those who are leaking junk from their private messages? Is that okay? Absolutely not, in my opinion.
Again,
that is betrayal.
I'll explain it to you. I sent Queen Bee a private message that said, "Go fuck yourself," and then the very next day, her community post was the message that I sent to her, but she edited it, her responses out, and then posted it. So what is that? Did I say, "Oh, put this on your community"? That was a private interaction with another human being, and she was just like, "Let me take advantage of this." Edited what she set out. So I mean, that's what it is. I'm going to say it again. Fuck Queen Bee.
And
And actually, fuck the three-legged horse that she rode in on that someone else rode out on.
All I know is it's my opinion that In Their Own Words needs to drop another video sooner than later, because
No, I disagree. I disagree. I think chaos is key. Look what iTow did in just like a handful of videos. They caused best friends to like turn and look at their best friend and ask, what is this? What are we doing? That's the point. That's the point.
Here's the comment. So Mr. Nobody had said they did this to the sweet tea creator mentioned in Voices Live months ago, called her a drug addict for wanting to leave the hive. I checked her page, hasn't posted anything in 4 months.
Yeah,
See,
and they give no fuck.
I don't think I was around. Well, I mean, I was around 4 months ago, but I don't remember that name at all.
Yeah,
but
no,
that
I
was
just got
probably after I was blocked from QB's page.
Yeah, I just received messages about that too. Queen Bee doesn't give a fuck. Like if there's someone like in the hive that's just like, oh, I feel like I don't want to be alive tonight. She doesn't give a fuck, man. It's like, how can I make money off of this? I mean, excuse me for dismissing Bullhorn Betty for a second, because there's another goddamn apartment building on fire. It's called the Hive, and that's what I'm looking at. These people are the fucking worst. Collecting money for a lawsuit against another person that's an asshole? Who is contributing? And even, look, the people that are going to at war for her, the people in the trenches and all the comments, you know who they are. When are they going to realize that she doesn't give a fuck about you at all? Like, you're working for free, or is she paying them? I don't know. In any case, none of the Kingsmen can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Queen Bee is Humpty Dumpty. She fell off the wall. No one can put it back together again.
And Perplex said, please show me the difference between QB and Betty. They both lie. They both deflect. They both manipulate. Neither accepts blame. Please tell me the difference.
No, she's right. I mean, Laura's right.
Oh, Peggy, that's a good one. Raise your voice, not your tolerance.
Exactly. Support the classy and not the trashy.
Hey, Spitfire. You've been a little quiet. Okay, can we stop talking about the fists? Cave Ray says eat a bag of fists. I'm gonna actually use that.
No, we should take questions though. If anyone has questions, I mean.
Then wandering, I think it's Wandering Waff. So then those who leak the private messages to the new In Their Own Words channel are betrayers as well. What is the difference? No, they are betrayers. They betrayed. I mean, leaking any, in my opinion, and this is just me, leaking any private message between two people is betrayal. But again, you have to, let me rephrase. If I'm not friends with you, if you're, say, for example, sending me messages over Twitter asking what side I'm on or what allegiance I'm drawn to, or what someone's real name is, that's not betrayal if I leak those messages, because you're not my friend.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. And Queen Bee's whole position on me was just like, okay, who's Sinner? We're gonna find out about him, and they're digging. So now they have all the information on me. Heels in the air, you racist asshole. You have all the information on me. Let's go. Let's see who's a better person, me or you. Promise I am. Silly ass.
Oh, wait. So Perplex says, I think y'all forgetting that QB contacts most families that Betty has. Zero difference.
Someone give Laura a link.
Oh, I can put it in here.
Yeah, let's come up on Laura. Let's talk about it. I mean, BHB is welcome on this panel too. I could drop the link to Queen Bee or Bullhorn Betty. If either one of them want to come up and defend themselves, they're welcome to. I'll be polite.
Oh, Puppet Trader says, anyone ever think the BHB JLR fight is fake and that the new channel, in their own words, is them? I don't think it's them. I feel like JLR has a lot going for them.
They have a point though. How do they know that I'm not in business with JLR and I'm Burnt Toast cousin?
Well, I'm related to Burnt Toast, so.
I mean, that's just a fact. How did they not know? The fact is, they don't know much.
All right, what's up, guys?
Hey,
what's
how's
up,
it
Laura?
going?
Good. I have my own live scheduled. I put it off for 30 minutes because I saw you were live.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
I got another 15 till I go. But what's up? What do you need to know?
Well, I mean, why are you so mad?
What?
I saw the way you came into Granny's watching live today, and I was just like, whoa, Laura, calm down. Like we got this. Like you were going in for the kill when we were just trying to get normal questions. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I speak to Granny's watching on like outside of YouTube. That's why, like and it's one thing I was going to discuss tonight. That's why when QB's ego is so big that she thinks I went up there for her. No, I talk to Granny a lot off of YouTube. Okay. And
well, I mean, just
Laura, all the time.
Just between the two of us, it did come off very much like you were going at her.
I wasn't.
Because it seemed that way, and I trust you. I'm gonna tune into your live. I might grab a panel, but like I'm just so. I just want to be clear. The way I perceived it, like you came in so hot, Laura. Like I felt your energy when you went in there, and I was just like, get it, but then just like it didn't work out for you. So like I'm not against what you were doing, but I'm just saying it didn't work out.
Oh, I think it did.
Okay.
And the reason I say I think it did is because, like you said, pissed her off or whatever. No, not at all. But my thing is, there's, like you said, there's a lot of people that are scared of an avatar like QB, and I have no idea why. And they won't stick up for themselves, and they won't allow themselves to be against her because they're so far up her ass. And I kind of speak for all those people that will not do it.
Well, I suppose we're in competition because I'm speaking for all those people that won't
Exactly.
do it. So.
Someone
But
has.
we agree on that. Like, fuck that. Fuck her noise. Like, I don't watch her show enough to like lock an alliance in with you, but like, I'm sure that Queen Bee is a piece of shit, and I'm certain that Bullhorn Betty is a piece of shit, and that's my vibe. That's what I'm doing. So I don't consider you that way, Laura. But like, be careful what you say. Like when you come in there, like when you came in today, you came in so hot. I was just like, fuck, she's fucking up her own message. I'm being straight with you.
I didn't hot at all.
I didn't see that. But then
Yeah, I
again,
didn't either.
I
But
thought
I was
thought-
attacked the second I went on.
And
Well, I felt like
actually wanted to ask you, Laura, who is Nicole B? Like she came in like a wrecking ball.
Exactly.
And I have never seen her before.
Oh, she's one of QB's followers. And then
Yeah,
she
of
went
course.
to one of my enemies. And now she thinks that she is, you know, she's got a mouth. But like, I still don't know where she called me out. Like QB made a big issue out of it. And QB even played the clip. I'm like, please tell me where she called me out. Because, yeah, or put me in my place. I was like, yeah, maybe I missed that. I didn't hear her put me in my place, even when QB played it again. I'm like, okay. But she's a big QB follower.
Yeah. Well, my only criticism was like the way you came into Granny's. Laura, it's not that I'm telling you, I've done it. You did it. I watched it. I was like, oh man, this is not going to work out well
And
because
Laura,
like
I've got to give Sinner that he knows when someone's coming in hot because he does it a lot.
I'm professional at this, and like you like the things you had to say were righteous, but it just kind of, and of course, Granny's not going to allow that. So like I watched it, it was painful to me. I was like, I'm looking at Perplexed, who has a valid point, coming in at the wrong angle with the point. Like, just be more patient. I urge patience to all of us. Like, all we have to do is calm down. Like, the fuck shit that Queen Bee is doing is clear. It's obvious. All we have to do is stop getting ahead of ourselves and getting mad about it. We could just be patient and watch. And then once it's done, then we can have smart, articulate opinions of it. You feel me? This is not a knock on you. I promise you, Perplexed.
Independent thinker, I know that you like to suck QB's clit. We get it. We all get it. You've shown it over and over and over again.
Yeah, independent thinker is no longer a person. They're just a complete simp. It's like mud.
Nicole B is a supporter of QB. That's how I knew her. That's how I know of her, that she is a supporter of Queen Bee. So I understand you're dying to get in QB's inner circle, independent thinker. I get it. Believe me, we all see it. But you might want to state facts before you run around. And Beer Canlin, I've never seen you before in my life. So obviously it's a troll account.
No.
No, Beer Can Island.
No. Hold on. I'll speak on it. Beer Can Island is a staple in this community. They've been around forever. They live down in Florida, and they have the rambunctious amount of hate for Bullhorn Betty. That's just a fact. They don't like me, so I'm not trying to defend them, but they've been around, and they are.
Yeah, but I've never seen them, and they hate me so much, but I've never even seen who they are.
I've seen the other side of them, and I don't know if they hate you or not. I didn't even know that was a thing. But they're nobody. Like, this is what Queen Bee does. Laura, don't get fucked up and don't do what Queen Bee does. Don't start going Bullhorn Betty and call people little girls. And I don't know who you are. I never seen you before in my life. Like, Beer Can's been around for a long time, and I assure you.
What I'm saying is that you know, they keep making comments about me, and I don't even know who they are.
Well, I mean, they're fighting a fight. I mean, that's an unfortunate side effect of what's going on here. Like people are latching on to something they believe, and they're going to ride with that until they're disappointed, and they're going to be disappointed, and they're going to latch on to something else, and they're going to ride with that until they're disappointed. How about we stop being disappointed in one another? How about we just start being honest with one another? How about when we fuck something up, like Queen Bee does, like she made up that original email that started all this shit with Grandma Sherry. How about Queen Bee just goes live and says, hey, you guys, I'm sorry. I fucked up. I haven't always made the right decisions. And I'm trying to do better. Never going to happen. I mean, that's what people with the name Sinner do.
Of course, she's never going to do that.
She'll never do it. So, I mean, there's no way. Like, we're beating a dead horse. Queen Bee's horse is dead.
No, she's got people still riding on it.
Yeah.
And
well,
now all of QB's peeps are coming in. All the hive is coming in.
yeah, independent thinker is the least independent thinker of anyone I've ever met in my life. Like, really, just a hive thought. I mean, independent thinker is contrast directly in what they think. They're just like, protect the hive, protect this.
Exactly right. That's why I said she wants in on that inner circle.
Beer Can Island says, I don't hate you. I don't hate you either, Beer Can. And I fucking really like bit my tongue so many times when I see you places, and I'm just like, come on, man. Like, fuck. I never said any words about Beer Can negatively. I was just like, whoa, damn, I thought I knew this dude.
Thank you, Narcos Clips. I agree. I 100% agree with that. I think they're talking to Nicole B. I'm assuming.
So I think it's this one. So you are not a Grandma Sherry supporter because of the way you did when Laura asked a question. Then you should have the same hype with QB just saying.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's
They must be
exact.
responding to somebody.
Yeah, that's exact madness. No one from this channel has any ill will towards Grandma Sherry. Actually, I've always been upset that the way they use them as a token. Let's not get complicated with the word token.
Oh,
But
don't use that word. Don't use that word around here. Heels
No,
will make you go in life.
Queen Bee collects people that are in trouble, and she manipulates them into thinking that she'll take care of them, and she won't. She's a false ass prophet, a clown, an actual fraudster. She doesn't have to pick your pocket to be a pickpocket. She does it with grace, and however her parents raised her, taught her to hustle everyone around her.
Who?
Queen Bee.
Oh, what the heck did I just do?
And I feel bad for her. She's
There we
stuck in this. She's stuck in this mode where she can't produce anything of her own. She can't work because she's never had a skill. So she just has to stay there and just beg and cause drama, begging for strangers' money on the internet is what she does. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Wandering Wolf, what do you mean? Please let Deets know that they're sharing messages about you and her, please. Who? Who's sharing messages? And what messages?
We talk about Deets. Like Deets in the streets, like one of the people with the most integrity of all of us. Queen Bee forced Deets in the streets to like become emotional and say, Queen Bee is a fucking liar. Like, who are you going to trust? A good person with good intentions like Deets in the streets or Queen Bee? Like, it's your choice. I mean, you got to make you got to lay in the bed you make. I'm going to ride with Deets because she's a better person than Queen Bee is. It's just that simple. What are you people doing?
That's not even up for debate. Is that you guys banging or my house?
It's not me.
Was that you, Center? I don't know. It could be one of my kids. Hey, Crystal.
No, I'm in Central California. If I was knocking on your door, I'd have the longest arm ever.
Now I have one kid that's a gamer. All right. My mod is in here getting me saying I'm going to be late for my own live.
Oh yeah,
So,
we're
beautiful people later.
hey Laura, we're all going over there. So drop that link. I'll come up.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I'll put it in.
Yeah, put in your stuff. I'll see you there.
All right, hold on. Now don't troll it out.
I'll do my best.
All right, there it is. And both of you are more than welcome.
Yeah, I do my own panel, but thank
Ew.
you.
Ew.
Ew. No, I mean, Laura, that's so smart of her, but I'll come over there and talk shit. I give no fucks.
Ew. Meanie. That's why you're not besties. That's why I'm meaning besties.
No, Laura,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
the last
that's
panel I was on is the person who gave Jersey my information so she could hunt me down. So
exactly. Also, Laura, that's like a self-preservation. That's a power move. Like, hats off to Emmy. She's like, no, I'm good. I'll come talk this shit.
Thank you, Sinner.
Yeah.
For a big meanie. All right, I'll see you guys in a little while. Bye.
Oh, just one more thing. Fuck you, B. Tim, you little bitch. Sorry, I try not to cuss too much tonight, but like honestly, when he's over there, he's like, and these people should do that, and these people should do that, and these. Meanwhile, this dude is doing nothing. Like he just got off vacation, he came back, and like imagine getting off vacation and coming back to your computer and pulling out your chair, and be like, oh man, I got to work for Queen Bee again, like forever. Like it's not too late to save your soul from that life-sucking garbage heap that everyone calls a queen. Timmy, there's time to save your life, bro. There's room. You just got to move now. You got to go.
see you, Wandering Waff. Yeah, I think we're going to go too. And I did put AMAC is having Throwback Thursday trivia tomorrow. So that should be really fun. And I'm pretty sure I put Laura's link in the chat. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh no, I lost my co-host. All right, y'all. Well, hopefully Sinner will be back, but if not, it's been real. We've been live almost 3 hours, so I am ready to kick this popsicle stand. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's been a really good time. And if I don't see you later on these YouTube streets, I will see you eventually, because you never know. This week I'm on break, so you never know when I'm going to go live. So make sure, and actually, if one of my mods can put, Sinner's back. If somebody can put my link and Sinner's link in the chat, that would be great.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yo.
Yep. So.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, my shit just dropped out for no reason. I think God was just like, you're too right. You have to make it stop.
Well, I mean, that's the second time the universe has kicked you off, so it's probably telling you something.
It's so funny. Exactly when I was like making a point as well. Chair of Bullies, I'm gonna share their link on my page. Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming here and listening to this. There's a narrative. I mean, just like any time that you're amongst the peasants and there's a kingdom brewing, you should always be weary of the kingdom and how they keep their secrets and how they share their secrets. They don't care about us. It's all about self-preservation. I mean, it's clear.
Peggy, thank you. Hey, Turtle. I didn't see you earlier, but thank you for being here. Hey, Tammy. Good to see you, even though we're on our way out.
I saw Turtle earlier.
Yeah, it was like we just got started quick. And so like I didn't have time to go through chat like I normally do, and it was just like fast, fast, fast. So I tried to keep up with my phone at the same time just to make sure.
General Jetty says the queen is dead. Long live the queen. I've been fighting the like obsession to change my name from Sinner to King.
Please don't.
Just I know I won't. So a few other people have. It's long lived.
You could change it to Daddy.
No, but even yeah, well, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Stop sending me photos, you weirdos. You made me lose my train of thought. Anyways, King Cine, yeah. Anyways, I truly love you guys, and I know I'm an asshole, and they're gonna keep harping back to the like Thanksgiving when I was drunk and just being a fucking raging asshole. Sure, of course, but that's one night of my life. I'm 46 years old. I've had so many single independent nights aside from that you guys would cheer me on for. So just stick with me. Let's go.
Oh, Peggy said change your name to Saint.
Yeah, that's my alt. Is Saint. So yeah. And they say I have a bunch of a bunch of accounts and going places. I don't. I'm either Sinner or Saint. I mean everywhere I go. So.
And V Caser says you're a favorite a-hole. Aw, thank you, Papa Trader. Love you, human mods and chatter folk alike. Appreciate that. All right. Any last words? You've been awfully chatty today.
Nah, I'm expecting last words from you.
I don't know if I have any last words because I might have some words tomorrow for BHB. I'm gonna check out the rest of that video that she did this morning because I want to see what else she said that she probably shouldn't have said. But yeah, look for the video coming later today of the clip I took of her throwing shade at a missing girl's dad and stepmom.
Ugh. I do have 6 words to end it with. Pay attention and do good things.
And if you know better, do better.
Do better.
Peace.